Audiobook Introduction, GWF Communication Systems Handbook for Leaders, QSR Edition. Welcome to the GWF Communication Systems Handbook for Leaders, QSR Edition. This handbook is designed specifically for fast-paced, plant-based, quick-service environments like Plantie's, where clarity, consistency, and alignment are not luxuries. They're leadership essentials. In this guide, we're going beyond simple talk. We're building a communication system, one that helps you lead with presence, deliver instructions that land, and shape a culture where understanding is the norm, not the exception. You'll learn how to use intention, attention, and understanding to guide your team. You'll explore the importance of nonverbal cues, structured communication flow, and the balance between speed and accuracy. Whether it's giving live feedback during a lunch rush or using a hand signal to signal prep priorities, this handbook gives you real-life tools for real-time leadership. Each section is structured to help you understand the why behind effective communication, implement systems that work with the pace of your team, and lead in a way that makes others feel informed, respected, and clear. From shift briefings to digital tools, from handling complaints to coaching new hires, this handbook supports you in training, guiding, and inspiring your team through the power of intentional communication. So whether you're listening in between shifts or reflecting after hours, take each chapter as an invitation to communicate with more clarity, to lead with more intention, and to build a QSR space where communication isn't just efficient, it's empowering. Let's begin. Chapter 1. Introduction to Communication in QSR Leadership. Effective communication in a quick-service restaurant QSR is the foundation of smooth operations, ensuring speed, accuracy, and team coordination. Leaders set the standard by using a structured communication formula, intention, attention, duplication, and understanding to minimize errors and enhance efficiency. In a fast-paced environment, communication must be clear, direct, and actionable, allowing teams to execute tasks quickly without confusion. By modeling strong communication practices, reinforcing expectations, and encouraging feedback, QSR leaders create a culture of efficiency, teamwork, and exceptional guest service. 1.1 The role of communication in quick-service restaurant QSR operations. The foundation of operational success. In a quick-service restaurant QSR, speed, efficiency, and consistency are critical to success. Clear and effective communication ensures that orders are taken correctly, food is prepared efficiently, and guest interactions remain smooth, even during high-volume service hours. Unlike traditional restaurants where interactions can be more relaxed, QSR teams must communicate quickly, precisely, and with minimal error to maintain workflow and guest satisfaction. A breakdown in communication, whether between team members, between front of house, FOH, and back of house, or with guests, can lead to delays, mistakes, wasted resources, and poor guest experiences. Key communication challenges in a QSR high-speed environment. Messages must be delivered and understood in seconds. Multiple team roles. Communication must flow between cashiers, kitchen staff, servers, runners, and shift leaders without confusion. Guest expectations. Guests expect fast, accurate service with minimal waiting time. Custom orders and modifications. Special requests must be communicated clearly between FOH and BOH to avoid mistakes. Volume and noise. A busy QSR can be loud and chaotic, making verbal communication challenging. Technology and tools. Digital order screens, headsets, and point-of-sale POS systems must be used effectively. Shift handovers. Information about inventory, guest issues, and team updates must be passed on between shifts to maintain consistency. The impact of effective communication. When communication is strong and structured, the QSR benefits in several ways. Faster service times. Orders move seamlessly from the cashier to the kitchen, ensuring speed without sacrificing accuracy. Fewer mistakes and remakes. Clearly communicated modifications and special requests reduce errors, saving time and costs. Stronger teamwork and coordination. FOH and BOH work as a single unit, preventing bottlenecks in workflow. Higher guest satisfaction. Guests receive their food exactly as they ordered, with friendly and professional service. Reduce stress for team members. A well-communicating team avoids last-minute confusion, leading to smoother, more manageable shifts. Improved safety and compliance. Clear communication ensures proper food handling, sanitation, and emergency response. How communication flows in a QSR guest-to-cashier server. The order-taking process must be quick, friendly, and accurate. Any modifications must be repeated to confirm understanding. Cashier to kitchen staff. The order must be communicated clearly and promptly, whether verbally through a POS system or via printed ticket screens. Kitchen staff to expo runner. Food must be labeled and handed off with the correct modifications or dietary restrictions. Runner to guest. The final delivery should include confirmation of the order, a warm interaction, and any necessary condiments or extras. Shift leader to team. Pre-shift briefings should cover expected volume, menu updates, role assignments, and any special instructions. Essential communication techniques for QSR teams. Use clear, direct language. Avoid vague terms. Be precise in all instructions. Repeat and confirm orders. Always echo back special requests to ensure accuracy. Minimize unnecessary talk. Keep conversations focused on orders, workflow, and guest service. Use hand signals and cues. Quick nonverbal gestures help in noisy environments. Practice active listening. Ensure instructions are understood before moving on. Utilize technology efficiently. Make the most of headsets, POS systems, and digital displays for seamless coordination. Conclusion. Communication is the heartbeat of a successful QSR. Whether it's relaying guest orders, coordinating between teams, or handling unexpected issues, clear communication ensures smooth operations, higher efficiency, better guest experiences, and a more confident, capable team. Would you like specific training exercises or role-play scenarios added to reinforce these principles? 1.2. The communication formula: intention, attention, duplication, understanding. Effective communication in a quick service restaurant QSR requires a structured approach to ensure messages are delivered, received, and understood without confusion. The communication formula, intention, attention, duplication, and understanding, provides a clear framework for leaders and team members to communicate efficiently, minimizing errors and delays in a fast-paced environment. 1. Intention: communicating with a clear purpose. Every message in a QSR must have a clear goal to ensure the right action is taken. Whether a leader is giving instructions to the kitchen, a cashier is taking an order, or a team member is coordinating tasks, intentional communication eliminates misunderstandings and wasted time. Best practices for setting clear intention: be direct and specific. Use short, actionable phrases like "Grill one no-cheese veggie burger, no mayo." Avoid vague instructions like "make a veggie burger." Clarify expectations. Ensure the listener knows exactly what needs to be done, who is responsible, and when it should be completed. Use simple and consistent language. Standardize terminology across the team to prevent confusion. For example, always refer to an extra pickles request the same way so it is understood universally. 2. Attention: ensuring the message is received. The second step is ensuring the receiver is actively listening and focused. In a busy QSR, distractions from guest interactions, kitchen noise, and multitasking can cause miscommunication. How to ensure attention in a fast-paced environment: make eye contact or use names. Calling a team member's name before speaking ensures they are listening. Example: Alex, prepare 1 extra large fries. Use nonverbal cues. A nod, thumbs up, or a quick "got it" signals that the message has been received. Minimize background distractions. When giving critical instructions, move closer to the listener or repeat the message if necessary. 3. Duplication: confirming the message. Duplication means the receiver repeats or acknowledges the message to confirm accuracy. This is crucial in preventing order mistakes, missed modifications, or misinterpretations. Techniques for duplication in QSR: echo back orders. When a cashier takes an order, they should repeat it back to the guest. Example: that's 1 double cheeseburger, no onions, and a large soda, correct? Kitchen staff confirmation: if a modification is made, the cook can confirm with 1 veggie burger, no mayo, extra pickles, right? End of shift handover. When passing information between shifts, a checklist or verbal summary ensures key details are not missed. 4. Understanding: ensuring clarity before action. The final step is verifying that the message was fully understood before executing the task. Without understanding, even a well-communicated message can lead to errors. How to ensure understanding: encourage questions. If there is any doubt, team members should feel comfortable asking for clarification. Use written confirmations when necessary. Digital order screens or printed tickets help reinforce verbal instructions. Immediate feedback: if a mistake is made, Correct it immediately and explain why so the team learns from the error. Conclusion. The communication formula, intention, attention, duplication, and understanding, creates a system for effective, error-free communication in a QSR. By ensuring that every message has a clear purpose, is received with full attention, is repeated for confirmation, and is fully understood before action, leaders and team members can operate efficiently, reduce mistakes, and provide better service to guests. 1.3 Fast, clear, and actionable. The communication style for QSR leaders. In a quick service restaurant, QSR, communication must be immediate, precise, and results-driven to keep up with the high-speed nature of operations. Unlike full-service restaurants, where communication can be more detailed and leisurely, QSR leaders must ensure messages are delivered in a way that allows team members to understand and act instantly. A delayed or unclear message can disrupt workflow, increase errors, and slow down service. This section focuses on how QSR leaders can communicate effectively under pressure by using a fast, clear, and actionable communication style. 1. Speed. Communicating quickly without losing clarity, leaders must deliver instructions rapidly and efficiently to match the pace of service. However, speed should not come at the cost of clarity. Rushed or incomplete messages lead to confusion, mistakes, and delays. How to communicate quickly and effectively. Use short, direct phrases. Avoid unnecessary details and get straight to the point. Example, instead of saying, "Hey, could you please make sure to get that order with extra fries as soon as possible?" Say, "Extra fries priority." Match the pace of the shift. During peak hours, keep communication crisp and focused. In slower periods, take more time to provide feedback and training. Use nonverbal cues. Hand signals, pointing, or nodding can speed up communication in loud environments without disrupting workflow. 2. Clarity. Avoiding misunderstandings in a fast-paced setting. Unclear communication can cause delays, incorrect orders, and frustration among team members. Leaders must ensure their instructions are easy to understand, consistent, and unmistakable. How to communicate clearly in a QSR. Use standardized terminology. Everyone should use the same terms for menu items, order modifications, and kitchen procedures. Example, always say "no mayo" instead of "hold the sauce" to prevent confusion. Avoid ambiguous language. Instructions like "hurry up with that order" are unclear. Instead, specify "get the cheeseburger and fries out in 30 seconds." Confirm understanding. Encourage team members to repeat back instructions to ensure they grasp them correctly. 3. Actionable. Ensuring instructions lead to immediate execution. Communication in a QSR must result in immediate action. Vague or passive statements can slow down the process, while clear, action-driven language helps team members respond quickly and correctly. How to make communication actionable. Use command-based instructions. Instead of "we need more fries soon," say "drop 5 baskets of fries now." Assign specific responsibilities. Clearly state who needs to act. Instead of "can someone grab more napkins?" say "Alex, refill the napkins." Provide immediate feedback. If a task is done incorrectly, correct it on the spot to reinforce learning and prevent repeated mistakes. Conclusion: QSR leaders must master a fast, clear, and actionable communication style to keep operations running smoothly. By delivering quick but precise instructions, avoiding vague language, and ensuring every message results in immediate action, leaders create a highly efficient, mistake-free, and responsive team. 1.4. How leaders set the standard for effective communication. In a quick service restaurant QSR, leaders play a crucial role in shaping the communication culture of their team. When leaders model clear, direct, and structured communication, team members follow their example, leading to fewer errors, faster service, and a more efficient workflow. A team will not communicate effectively unless its leaders demonstrate and reinforce strong communication habits. This section highlights how QSR leaders can set the standard for effective communication through personal example, structured systems, and proactive coaching. 1. Leading by example. Modeling strong communication. Leaders must consistently demonstrate the communication style they expect from their team. Whether interacting with guests, directing team members, or handling issues, leaders set the tone for clarity, urgency, and professionalism. How leaders can model effective communication. Use clear, direct language. Speak in short, actionable phrases that leave no room for misinterpretation. Instead of "try to be quicker on the fryer," say "cook fries in under 3 minutes." Maintain a professional and positive tone. The way leaders speak under pressure influences team morale. A calm, focused tone encourages team members to stay composed even during rush periods. Demonstrate active listening. Leaders should always acknowledge team input, ask clarifying questions, and confirm understanding to encourage two-way communication. 2. Implementing structured communication systems. Leaders must create standardized communication processes that ensure information flows efficiently between front of house, FOH, back of house, BOH, and management. Key systems that reinforce clear communication. Pre-shift briefings. Before each shift, leaders should review expected volume, menu changes, role assignments, and key focus points for service. Checklists and written reminders. Important recurring tasks, e.g., restocking, sanitation, and quality checks, should be communicated both verbally and through clear, visible checklists. Standardized order terminology. Teams should use consistent terms for order modifications to prevent kitchen errors. Example, always say no cheese instead of hold the cheese. Shift handover notes. When shifts change, leaders should ensure important updates. Inventory levels, guest complaints, equipment issues are passed on properly to maintain continuity. 3. Reinforcing communication through coaching and feedback. Strong communication habits must be reinforced daily through coaching and on-the-spot feedback. Leaders should actively correct miscommunication, recognize good communication, and encourage a culture of openness. How leaders can strengthen team communication. Correct and clarify in real time. If an instruction is misinterpreted, leaders should immediately correct the misunderstanding and explain how to communicate better. Encourage confirmation and repetition. Team members should repeat back orders and instructions to confirm accuracy before acting. Recognize and reward strong communication. Acknowledge team members who consistently communicate clearly and effectively, reinforcing positive habits. Conclusion: QSR leaders set the standard for communication by modeling clarity, implementing structured systems, and actively coaching their teams. When leaders speak with precision, ensure consistency in communication, and correct misunderstandings proactively, their teams will follow, leading to better service, fewer mistakes, and a stronger, more efficient workplace. 1.5 Real-life communication examples for Planties. These real-life scenarios illustrate effective versus ineffective communication in a plant-based QSR like Plantie's. Each example aligns with the principles of clear, fast, and structured communication that QSR leaders must implement. 1. Order accuracy at the register, front-of-house to back-of-house communication. Effective communication. Cashier, 1 grilled tempeh sandwich, no aioli, add avocado, and a green detox juice. Please confirm. 1 grilled tempeh sandwich, no aioli, add avocado, 1 green detox juice. Got it. Ineffective communication. 1 tempeh sandwich, no sauce, and a green juice. Wait, no sauce or just no aioli? Confusion leads to delays and possible mistakes. 2. Handling a guest allergy, leadership setting the standard for communication. Effective communication. Guest, I have a nut allergy. Is the Thai peanut dressing safe for me? The Thai peanut dressing contains nuts. Would you like to substitute our lemon herb vinaigrette? Let me also notify the kitchen to ensure a nut-free preparation, writes allergy alerter. Ineffective communication. Guest, I have a nut allergy. Is the Thai peanut dressing safe? I think it's okay. Unclear response could lead to a serious health risk. 3. Managing a rush hour surge, fast and actionable communication. Effective communication. Shift leader, we have 15 online orders in the queue. Alex, prioritize juices. Maya, handle salads. Jay, focus on sandwiches. Let's go. Ineffective communication. Guys, we're really busy. We need to move faster. No clear direction results in panic and inefficiency. 4. Fixing an order mistake. Communication that solves problems quickly. Cashier, the guest received tofu instead of tempeh. Remaking now. Can we have 1 grilled tempeh sandwich on the fly? 1 grilled tempeh sandwich on the fly, ready in 3 minutes. Ineffective communication. The order was wrong. Can you fix it? What was wrong? Wasted time figuring out the issue instead of acting. 5. Pre-shift briefing. Leadership setting the standard. Effective communication. Shift leader, we're pushing our new avocado superfood bowl. Please offer it to guests. Reminder, coconut cashew dressing contains nuts, so check for allergies. Expect a large lunch crowd, so let's stay sharp. Ineffective communication. Shift leader, let's have a good shift, everyone. Remember, we have that new bowl, lacks clear details about product focus, allergy alerts, or expected challenges. 6. Handover between shifts, ensuring smooth transitions. Effective communication. Outgoing manager. We are low on organic kale, so suggest spinach as a substitute. We had one guest complaint about a warm smoothie. Check the refrigeration. The next shift should expect an online order rush from 5:30 p.m. Ineffective communication. Yeah, we had some issues, but it's fine now. New shift lacks critical information about potential problems. 7. Training a new team member. Effective coaching and feedback. Effective communication. Trainer. When making the super greens juice, remember, always add kale first, then cucumber, and lemon last. Why? It prevents clogging. Now, can you repeat the process for me? Ineffective communication. Just follow the recipe. Fails to explain why the process matters or check for understanding. 8. Dealing with a delayed order. Clear guest effective communication. Guest, I ordered 10 minutes ago. Where's my wrap? Let me check. I see your order in the queue. The kitchen is prioritizing it now, and it should be ready in 2 minutes. Thank you for your patience. Ineffective communication. Guest, I don't know what's taking so long. Leaves the guest frustrated and uninformed. 9. Handling a guest complaint. Keeping communication professional and solution-focused. Effective guest, my salad was supposed to have pumpkin seeds, but they're missing. Team member, I'm so sorry for the mistake. I'll get you a fresh salad with the pumpkin seeds right away. Thank you for letting us fix it. Ineffective communication. Guest, oh, I guess we forgot. Fails to acknowledge the issue or offer a solution. 10. Communicating menu changes to the team, preventing miscommunication. Effective communication. Shift leader, heads up, we're out of oat milk. Offer guests almond or coconut as a substitute and let them know we'll have oat milk back tomorrow. Ineffective communication. Shift leader, we don't have oat milk. Lack of clear alternative options could cause confusion. Conclusion. These real-life scenarios show how fast, clear, and structured communication can improve efficiency, prevent mistakes, and create a better experience for both guests and team members. Leaders at Planties must model, reinforce, and coach effective communication habits to ensure a smooth, high-quality QSR operation. Would you like additional role-play exercises based on these scenarios for team training? Chapter 2. Core Communication Systems and Implementation. Effective communication in a quick-serve restaurant QSR relies on a structured system that ensures clear, fast, and accurate information flow between team members. Establishing a structured communication flow helps prevent bottlenecks by defining who communicates what and when. Clearly defining roles and responsibilities ensures accountability, so every team member knows their function in relaying orders, coordinating tasks, and addressing guest needs. Leaders must also balance verbal versus written communication, using verbal cues for immediate tasks and written tools like order screens and checklists for consistency. In a fast-paced kitchen, hand signals, codes, and nonverbal cues streamline workflow, reducing the need for excessive talking during peak hours. Finally, confirming receipt and understanding through repetition, callbacks, or digital confirmations ensures that instructions are executed correctly, reducing errors and improving efficiency. 2.1 Establishing a structured communication flow in QSR environments. A structured communication flow in a quick-service restaurant QSR ensures that information moves quickly, clearly, and without errors between team members. Unlike casual communication, which can lead to confusion or delays, a well-defined system allows front-of-house, FOH, back-of-house, BOH, and leadership teams to coordinate efficiently, handle high volumes of orders, and maintain service consistency. 1. Why a structured communication flow is essential in QSR. In a high-speed environment like a plant-based QSR, e.g. Planties, where team members must prepare salads, sandwiches, and juices in minutes, a structured approach to communication prevents order mistakes due to unclear instructions, slowdowns in service caused by miscommunication between stations, guest dissatisfaction due to delays or incorrect items, operational chaos when multiple team members are unsure of responsibilities. By implementing clear channels of communication, leaders ensure that every order moves smoothly from guest interaction to food preparation to final service. 2. Key components of a structured communication flow. To establish an effective system, every stage of communication must be streamlined between the following teams. A. Guest to cashier, order placement, and customization. Guests should be able to clearly communicate their order and any modifications. The cashier must repeat the order back to confirm accuracy. Special requests, e.g. nut-free, extra protein, gluten-free, must be noted and highlighted in the system. Example, cashier, that's 1 green power salad, no almonds, extra chickpeas. Does that look correct on the screen? Mistake, cashier fails to confirm, and the guest receives almonds despite a nut allergy. B. Cashier to kitchen, transmitting the order to BOH. Orders must be sent through a point-of-sale POS system, kitchen screen, or printed tickets. Special modifications should be highlighted visually and verbally confirmed when necessary. If a team member doesn't understand a request, they must ask before preparing the food. Example, kitchen sees no cheese in bold and confirms no cheese on the avocado toast. Mistake. The kitchen assumes all orders have cheese unless specifically told otherwise. C. Kitchen to expediter, food preparation and quality check. Once food is prepared, the expediter expo double-checks the order before sending it out. If there's a mistake or missing ingredient, the expo communicates back to the kitchen immediately. All modifications should be verbally or visually confirmed to prevent sending out incorrect items. Example, expediter, this superfood wrap is missing avocado. Can you add it before serving? Mistake, expediter doesn't check the wrap and it goes out missing a key ingredient. D. Expediter to runner, final handoff to guest or delivery driver. Orders must be double-checked for accuracy before being bagged or handed to the guest. For in-store service, the runner should call out the order number clearly and confirm with the guest. For delivery, the bag should be sealed with a sticker or label confirming all items. Example, runner, here's your power bowl with extra tofu and lemon dressing on the side. Enjoy. Mistake, runner hands out the wrong order, causing guest complaints and delays. 3. Communication tools that support a structured flow. To maintain efficiency and accuracy, QSR leaders should use a combination of verbal, visual, and digital communication tools. Point of sale, POS system, and kitchen screens ensures instant digital transmission of orders to BOH. Color-coded tickets or labels helps highlight allergies or modifications. Pre-shift briefings keeps teams updated on menu changes, inventory issues, or expected rushes. Hand signals and nonverbal cues, useful in noisy kitchen environments where verbal communication is difficult. End-of-shift reports ensures the next shift is aware of important updates, e.g., low stock guest complaints. 4. How leaders can reinforce a structured flow. QSR leaders play a crucial role in ensuring a structured communication flow is followed consistently. They should model clear, structured communication themselves, ensure team members repeat orders and confirm instructions, encourage questions and clarification to prevent mistakes, regularly train teams on best communication practices, use feedback loops to identify breakdowns and improve communication. Conclusion. Establishing a structured communication flow in a QSR like Plantie's helps maintain fast, accurate, and seamless service from order placement to guest delivery. By ensuring every team member knows when and how to communicate, leaders can reduce mistakes, improve speed, and enhance the overall guest experience. 2.2. Defining roles and responsibilities in communication. In a quick service restaurant, QSR, clear communication relies on each team member understanding their role and knowing exactly what, when, and how to communicate. When roles and responsibilities in communication are well defined, it reduces confusion, prevents errors, and improves overall efficiency. Without structure, misunderstandings can lead to incorrect orders, slow service, and frustrated guests. 1. Why defining communication roles is essential. Every team member plays a specific role in the communication flow that directly impacts service quality. If a cashier fails to communicate special requests to the kitchen, if the kitchen does not clarify unclear orders, or if a runner does not confirm the correct items before serving, mistakes will happen. Clearly defining communication responsibilities ensures orders are accurate from guest requests to final service, speeds up internal coordination between team members, prevents bottlenecks and operational slowdowns, improves team accountability and efficiency. A well-structured communication system ensures that each department understands its responsibilities and follows a consistent process. 2. Key communication responsibilities by role. To maintain a smooth workflow in a plant-based QSR like Plantie's, each team member must understand their specific communication responsibilities. Cashier, order taker, guest interaction and order accuracy. Clearly repeat back orders to guests to confirm accuracy. Mark or verbally highlight any modifications or allergies before sending the order to the kitchen. Alert guests to any ingredient substitutions or out-of-stock items before finalizing the order. Ensure the order is correctly entered into the POS system with all necessary details. Communicate rush orders or priority items to the kitchen when necessary. Example, if a guest orders a super green smoothie without banana, the cashier must confirm 1 super green smoothie, no banana, correct, before sending it to the kitchen. B. Kitchen staff. Food preparation and modification accuracy. Read orders carefully and confirm any special requests. If an order is unclear, ask for clarification before preparing it. Call back special instructions to the team to ensure accuracy, e.g., no honey in the detox juice. Alert leadership or the cashier if an ingredient is out of stock or running low. Hand off completed orders with clear verbal confirmation of modifications. Example, if an order ticket reads grilled avocado wrap, no cashew cream, the line cook should call out grilled avocado wrap, no cashew cream confirmed, before sending it to the expediter. C. Expediter, order accuracy check and final quality control. Verify that each completed order matches guest modifications before serving. Confirm that drinks, sides, and extras are included before handing the order to the guest. Communicate order status updates to runners or front-of-house staff. Flag any incorrect orders for immediate correction before they reach the guest. Example, if a kale Caesar salad with extra chickpeas and no croutons is missing the chickpeas, the expediter must stop the order before it leaves the counter and ensure the addition is made. D. Runner, server, guest order delivery and confirmation. Call out guest names or order numbers clearly to avoid mix-ups. Confirm special requests or customized orders before handing them out. Politely ask the guest to verify their order if necessary. Notify the expediter or kitchen team if an item is missing or incorrect. Example, if a guest picks up a protein power bowl and looks unsure, the runner should ask, "That's the protein power bowl with extra tofu and lemon dressing on the side. Does that look correct?" E. Shift leader manager, overseeing communication and problem solving. Ensure team members are following communication protocols during service. Monitor order flow and step in when communication breakdowns occur. Lead pre-shift briefings to align the team on menu changes, expected rushes, and service priorities. Reinforce the habit of repeating and confirming orders at all levels. Coach team members who struggle with clear communication. Example, if multiple incorrect orders are leaving the kitchen, the shift leader must pause the workflow, identify the miscommunication point, and correct it on the spot. 3. Leadership's role in enforcing communication responsibilities. For communication responsibilities to be consistently followed, leaders must set clear expectations during training and pre-shift meetings, hold team members accountable for following structured communication processes, encourage a culture of clarity and confirmation, e.g., teaching team members to repeat orders and verify instructions, use coaching techniques to reinforce good habits and correct communication gaps, implement feedback loops to identify areas for improvement. When leadership prioritizes structured communication, the entire team works more efficiently, makes fewer mistakes, and creates a better guest experience. Conclusion. Defining communication roles in a QSR ensures that everyone knows their responsibilities, follows a structured process, and avoids costly miscommunication. When cashiers, kitchen staff, expediters, runners, and managers all understand their role in the communication chain, orders are processed accurately, efficiently, and with minimal delays. Leaders must reinforce these responsibilities daily to maintain a high-performing team and deliver a consistent guest experience. 2.3 Verbal versus written communication. When to use each method. In a quick service restaurant QSR like Plantie's, choosing the right communication method, verbal or written, is essential for maintaining accuracy, speed, and efficiency. Both forms of communication serve different purposes, and using them correctly prevents misunderstandings, errors, and service delays. 1. Why the right communication method matters. In a fast-paced QSR environment, communication happens constantly between cashiers, kitchen staff, expediters, runners, and managers. Each type of communication has its strengths and weaknesses. Verbal communication allows for immediate response and quick adjustments, but can lead to misunderstandings if not heard correctly. Written communication provides a permanent reference for orders, instructions, and policies, but takes longer to process and may be overlooked if not organized properly. Using the right method at the right time ensures smooth operations, accurate orders, and efficient teamwork. 2. When to use verbal communication. Verbal communication is best used when quick decisions need to be made, e.g., handling rush orders or substitutions. Clarifications are required in real time, e.g., verifying unclear tickets or allergy concerns. Immediate action is necessary, e.g., calling for food runners or requesting a remake. Coaching and feedback are given, e.g., shift leaders instructing a new employee on food prep. Examples of effective verbal communication in QSR. Order confirmation. Cashier, 1 super green smoothie, no banana, add extra kale. Confirm? Kitchen, 1 super green smoothie, no banana, extra kale. Got it. Rush order notification. Expediter, we need a vegan protein wrap on the fly. Can you get that out in 2 minutes? Cook, vegan protein wrap coming up in 2. Problem solving during service. Runner, this order is missing avocado. Can we add it now? Kitchen, yes, adding avocado now. Common verbal communication mistakes. Speaking too quickly or too softly, making it hard to hear over kitchen noise. Giving unclear or vague instructions, e.g., make this faster instead of, we need this in 2 minutes. Assuming the message was received without confirming understanding. 3. When to use written communication. Written communication is best used when detailed instructions need to be followed, e.g., ingredient list, preparation guidelines. Orders must be recorded accurately, e.g., POS system, kitchen tickets, delivery labels. Information must be referenced later, e.g., pre-shift notes, inventory updates. Policies and procedures need documentation, e.g., allergy protocols, sanitation checklists. Examples of effective written communication in QSR. Order processing, POS system or digital screen, clearly displays special instructions such as no cashew dressing allergy. Printed kitchen ticket, ensures team members follow exact ingredient modifications. Shift and inventory updates. End of shift report. We are out of oat milk. Substitute with almond or coconut. Expect a delivery tomorrow. Guest complaint. Lemon dressing was too salty. Review portioning. Training and standardization. Recipe cards and prep instructions prevents inconsistencies in food and drink preparation. Cleaning checklists ensures daily tasks are completed and signed off. Common written communication mistakes. Handwritten notes that are messy or hard to read. Failing to update digital orders in the POS system when modifications are made. Not placing written reminders in visible locations, causing important updates to be missed. 4. Combining verbal and written communication for maximum efficiency. The most effective QSR teams use both verbal and written communication together. A good rule of thumb is use written communication for documentation and long-term reference. Use verbal communication for immediate execution and quick clarifications. Confirm important written instructions verbally to prevent errors. Example of combining verbal and written communication in a QSR. Cashier enters an order into the POS system, written communication. Kitchen staff reads the ticket and calls out key modifications, written plus verbal confirmation. Expediter checks the final order, confirms verbally before handing it off, verbal communication. Manager updates shift notes on inventory shortages and instructs the team in the next pre-shift meeting. Written plus verbal. How leaders enforce effective communication methods. QSR leaders must ensure team members consistently use the right communication methods. They can do this by training teams on when to use verbal versus written communication, encouraging callbacks and order confirmation to reduce mistakes, standardizing written systems, e.g. clear POS formatting, recipe cards, checklists, monitoring communication breakdowns and correcting poor habits, providing feedback when a team member does not follow proper communication protocols. Conclusion. A successful QSR relies on both verbal and written communication to ensure efficiency, accuracy, and guest satisfaction. Knowing when to use each method and combining them effectively allows teams to deliver quick, consistent service while minimizing errors. Leaders must train, enforce, and model best practices in communication to create a smooth, well-coordinated workflow. 2.4 The role of hand signals, codes, and nonverbal cues in a fast-paced kitchen. In a quick-service restaurant QSR, especially during peak hours, verbal communication can be difficult due to loud kitchen noise, multiple conversations happening at once, and the urgency of service. To maintain efficiency and prevent miscommunication, team members rely on hand signals, codes, and nonverbal cues to communicate quickly and effectively. These nonverbal communication methods help speed up operations, reduce mistakes, and improve teamwork without disrupting the flow of service. 1. Why nonverbal communication is essential in a QSR kitchen. A plant-based QSR like Plantie's depends on fast, coordinated movement between the front of house and back of house (BOH). In a loud, high-energy kitchen, verbal communication alone is not always reliable. Using nonverbal signals and standardized codes ensures that critical messages are delivered and understood without confusion. Key benefits of hand signals and nonverbal cues. Increases speed by eliminating the need to shout or repeat instructions. Reduces mistakes by ensuring clear, consistent communication. Prevents disruptions by keeping conversations short and action-focused. Improves safety by signaling urgent issues like spills or hot trays. 2. Common hand signals and nonverbal cues in a fast-paced kitchen. To ensure smooth workflow and quick response times, QSR teams should use consistent, easy-to-understand hand signals and nonverbal cues. These signals should be trained, practiced, and reinforced so every team member understands their meaning instantly. A. Order and food prep communication. Finger point plus hold up one finger. One more of this order needed. Finger circle over a dish. This order is complete and ready to go. 2 fingers tapped on the counter. Priority order. Make this first. Example, a cashier sees a rush order come in and taps 2 fingers on the counter while making eye contact with the kitchen. This signals that the order needs immediate attention without disrupting workflow. B. Modification and allergy alerts. Crossed arms in an X. No ingredient in this order. Hand to ear plus point to order ticket. Double check this allergy request. Tapping wrist. Time-sensitive order, don't delay. Example, if a guest orders a nut-free superfood bowl, the expediter holds up the printed order and crosses their arms in an X to remind the kitchen team that nuts must be omitted. C. Service readiness and running orders. Open palm facing out. Stop, not ready yet. Thumbs up, point to order. Order confirmed and ready to serve. Hand swirl in the air. Move faster, we're behind. Example, a kitchen staff member waves an open palm facing out toward the runner to indicate that the dish is still being prepared and is not ready for pickup. D. Safety and urgent situations. Hand over mouth, no talking signal. Quiet, listen for instructions. Finger point to floor, wave hand, spill or hazard, be careful. Hand raised high. Hot tray or sharp knife, give space. Example, if a blender is leaking or a spill happens near the juice station, a team member points to the floor and waves their hand to alert others to step carefully without yelling across the room. 3. Using verbal codes for faster communication. In addition to hand signals, many QSRs use short verbal codes to speed up communication. These pre-agreed terms replace long explanations and allow teams to move faster. Common kitchen codes for efficiency. 86, an item is out of stock, e.g. 86 oat milk means no oat milk is available. On the fly, a rush order that needs to be prioritized immediately. All day, total quantity of an item that still needs to be prepared, e.g. 4 avocado wraps all day means there are 4 orders left to complete. Refire, remaking an order due to an error. Behind, warning when moving behind another team member to avoid collisions. Corner, warning when turning a blind corner with hot food or trays. Example, a shift leader sees that oat milk is out of stock and shouts 86 oat milk so that cashiers, baristas, and kitchen staff all know to offer substitutes without asking repeatedly. 4. Training and reinforcing nonverbal communication. For hand signals, codes, and nonverbal cues to work effectively, QSR leaders must train and enforce their use. Team members should know exactly what each signal means and be able to recognize them quickly during service. How leaders reinforce nonverbal communication. Introduce hand signals and codes during onboarding so new hires learn them early. Practice during slow hours so the team can apply them under pressure. Use pre-shift meetings to review signals and reinforce consistency. Correct mistakes immediately if a team member misinterprets a signal or fails to use it properly. Encourage repetition and use during real service until they become second nature. 5. Avoiding common mistakes in nonverbal communication. While hand signals and codes help streamline operations, mistakes can happen if they are not used consistently or correctly. Leaders should watch for these common issues and correct them as needed. Too many hand signals or unclear meanings, teams should stick to a few essential signals to prevent confusion. Not practicing during training. If team members don't use signals during slow shifts, they won't remember them during busy hours. Ignoring nonverbal communication during rushes. Under pressure, some teams forget to use hand signals, leading to shouting and miscommunication. Failing to confirm important messages. While signals are useful, some situations still require verbal confirmation, such as allergy modifications or guest complaints. Conclusion. Using hand signals, nonverbal cues, and kitchen codes in a fast-paced QSR like Plantie's allows teams to communicate efficiently, reduce errors, and maintain service speed. By implementing standardized signals for order processing, modifications, safety, and service readiness, teams can function smoothly even during the busiest shifts. Leaders must train, reinforce, and correct communication habits to ensure every team member understands and uses nonverbal communication consistently. 2.5. Confirming receipt and understanding, ensuring execution and accountability. In a quick service restaurant QSR, confirming that a message has been received and understood is critical to preventing mistakes, ensuring smooth operations, and maintaining high service standards. A fast-paced environment like Plantie's requires precise, immediate communication between team members. If instructions are not acknowledged or verified, it can lead to order mistakes, delays, wasted ingredients, and frustrated guests. By using confirmation techniques, repetition, and visual verbal acknowledgement, QSR teams can ensure that all tasks are executed correctly and on time. 1. Why confirming receipt and understanding is critical in QSR operations. When communication is one way, where one person gives an instruction but does not confirm whether it was received, mistakes are more likely to happen. Confirming receipt ensures that orders are correctly processed, modified, and completed. Team members act on tasks with full clarity. No step in the workflow is skipped or misinterpreted. Guests receive the exact items they requested. Without confirmation and verification, miscommunication can create service bottlenecks, rework, and frustration. 2. Techniques for confirming receipt and understanding. To ensure execution and accountability, QSR teams should use 3 key techniques for confirmation. A. Verbal repetition, echoing back information for accuracy. Repeating information back to the sender confirms that the message was received exactly as intended. This is especially important for order modifications, e.g. no cashew dressing, extra avocado, allergy alerts, e.g. gluten-free bread, rush or high-priority orders, large orders with multiple items. Example, cashier 1 Power Greens wrap, no tofu, add chickpeas. Got it? Kitchen, Power Greens wrap, no tofu, extra chickpeas. Confirmed. Mistake. If the kitchen does not confirm the modification, they may forget or misinterpret the request, leading to guest dissatisfaction. B. Nonverbal acknowledgement, hand signals, and physical confirmation. In a busy kitchen, verbal responses are not always possible due to noise levels. Instead, team members can use thumbs up or nodding to confirm they understood the message, pointing at the order screen or ticket to visually confirm receipt, tapping the counter or order ticket to indicate awareness of an instruction. Example, a shift leader calls out, "We need that acai Super Bowl in the next 2 minutes," and the kitchen staff nods and holds up 2 fingers to acknowledge the request. Mistake. If the kitchen staff does not respond at all, the shift leader cannot be sure they heard the request, which may cause delays. C. Digital confirmation, using POS screens, printed tickets, and checklists. Technology plays a crucial role in confirming receipt in modern QSR operations. Teams can use POS order screens to ensure requests are clearly displayed, kitchen ticket printers to prevent verbal miscommunication, checklists for completed orders to ensure every step has been followed. Example, A cashier enters green energy juice, no ginger extra lemon into the POS system. The kitchen sees the modification on the screen, taps it to acknowledge, and prepares it accordingly. Mistake. If the kitchen assumes the default recipe and does not check for modifications, the guest will receive the wrong order. 3. Confirming execution. Ensuring tasks are completed correctly. In addition to confirming receipt, leaders must ensure that instructions are carried out properly. This requires follow-ups on high-priority requests, visually checking completed orders, asking for confirmation before food is served. Best practices for confirming execution. Order accuracy check. Before an order leaves the counter, an expediter checks the receipt against the actual items and confirms that all modifications have been followed. Final runner check. Before handing food to a guest, the server repeats key details. Here's your Thai quinoa salad. No sesame with extra avocado. Does that look right? Shift leader accountability. Managers do quick spot checks to ensure food presentation, portioning, and modifications are consistent. Mistakes that happen when execution is not confirmed. A juice is made with almond milk instead of coconut milk because the request was not verbally confirmed. A cashier assumes a kitchen order is completed without checking, causing delays. A shift leader does not verify restocking, leading to missing ingredients during peak hours. 4. Leadership's role in reinforcing confirmation and accountability. Leaders must set the expectation that confirmation is part of every interaction. They can do this by training team members to repeat back orders and acknowledge requests, encouraging accountability. If a mistake happens, ask, "Did you confirm the order details?" Using visual tracking tools such as whiteboards or digital screens to check task completion. Conducting random audits on modified orders to ensure accuracy. Recognizing and rewarding good communication habits to reinforce consistency. 5. Avoiding common pitfalls in confirmation and execution. Even with a structured system, mistakes can happen. Leaders should watch for these common pitfalls and correct them immediately. Assuming a message was received instead of confirming understanding. Not making eye contact or using verbal acknowledgement when receiving an order. Failing to use written confirmations when dealing with allergy or dietary requests. Not holding team members accountable for repeating and verifying instructions. When these issues are addressed, teams operate with higher accuracy, fewer mistakes, and improved guest satisfaction. Conclusion: in a fast-paced QSR like Plantie's, confirming receipt and understanding is not optional. It's essential. Whether through verbal repetition, nonverbal signals, digital tracking, or final execution checks, every instruction must be acknowledged and verified to prevent errors. Leaders play a key role in reinforcing confirmation habits, training teams to follow best practices, and holding employees accountable. A culture of clear, confirmed communication ensures that every guest receives exactly what they ordered, quickly and accurately. 2.6 examples for confirming receipt and understanding. In a fast-paced QSR like Plantie's, confirming receipt and understanding is essential to ensuring accuracy, preventing mistakes, and maintaining smooth operations. Below are 10 real-life hands-on examples designed to help team members connect with the concept, practice it daily, and improve communication in real service scenarios. 1. Verifying a special order. Before preparation scenario, a guest orders a tofu protein bowl but asks for no sesame seeds due to an allergy. Correct approach. Cashier, that's 1 tofu protein bowl, no sesame, correct? Yes, no sesame at all. Cashier enters the order in the POS with no sesame allergy alert and verbally tells the kitchen, "Team, allergy alert, 1 tofu protein bowl, no sesame." Kitchen staff, "Got it. No sesame on this one." Wrong approach. 1 tofu protein bowl, no sesame. Does not repeat back or confirm allergy. Kitchen sees the order but assumes it's just a preference, not an allergy. The bowl is prepared with sesame oil. Result: guest has a reaction and the restaurant faces a serious service failure. 2. Confirming a modification in a loud kitchen scenario. The kitchen is busy and a smoothie order comes in. Green detox juice, no ginger, extra lemon. Correct approach. Cashier enters order and calls out, 1 green detox, no ginger, extra lemon. Kitchen team member repeats back, 1 green detox, no ginger, extra lemon. Got it. Wrong approach. Cashier enters the order silently, assuming the kitchen will see it. Kitchen staff sees green detox on the screen but misses the modification. Result: the guest receives ginger in their juice and it must be remade. 3. Confirming a rush order for a waiting guest scenario. A guest orders a vegan super wrap and says, "I'm in a hurry. Can I get this fast?" Correct approach. Cashier to kitchen. 1 vegan super wrap, priority order. Kitchen staff looks at the screen, points at the order, and nods to confirm they heard. Expediter checks in. "Wrap coming up in 3 minutes." Wrong approach. Cashier tells the guest it should be ready soon, but does not notify the kitchen. Kitchen makes the order in normal sequence, not knowing the guest is waiting. Guest becomes frustrated after waiting too long. 4. Ensuring correct order pickup scenario. 2 guests order similar salads, one with avocado, one without. Correct approach. Runner calls out, "Order for Sarah, super green salad with avocado. Does this look correct?" Guest, "Yes, that's mine." Wrong approach. Runner, "Super green salad." 2 guests approach and 1 picks up the wrong order. Result: a mix-up occurs and the order must be corrected. 5. Shift handover, confirming important updates. Scenario: the morning shift ran out of oat milk. The evening shift must be aware to offer substitutes. Correct approach. Morning shift leader writes a note. Oat milk is 86. Offer almond or coconut as a substitute. Next delivery at 8 a.m. Before leaving, the leader tells the evening team, "No oat milk. Confirm that guests are okay with almond or coconut." Evening cashier nods and repeats, "No oat milk. Sub coconut or almond. Got it." Wrong approach. Morning shift runs out of oat milk but does not notify the next shift. Evening shift takes oat milk orders without realizing it's unavailable. Result: guests get upset when they have to change their order at the last minute. 6. Preventing a safety hazard in the kitchen. Scenario: a team member spills water near the food prep station. Correct approach. Team member calls out, "Spill near prep. Caution." Another team member points at the floor and signals others to stop walking in that direction. A third team member cleans the spill immediately. Wrong approach. Team member cleans up quietly without notifying others. Another team member walks by and slips. 7. Confirming inventory for the day's shift scenario. The kitchen needs to know if they have enough avocados for all planned orders. Correct approach. Shift leader, "We need to confirm avocado count for lunch rush. Do we have enough?" Prep team, "Checked. 50 avocados should last through 2 p.m. Shift leader, "Thanks. Let's track usage so we don't run out." Wrong approach. Shift leader assumes there are enough avocados but doesn't check. Kitchen runs out during peak hours, causing multiple menu items to be modified last minute. 8. Handling a late or incorrect order complaint scenario. A guest says, "I ordered my smoothie 10 minutes ago. Where is it?" Correct approach. Cashier checks system and asks kitchen, "Hey team, checking on green detox smoothie for Sarah. Is it almost ready?" Kitchen responds, "Just finishing now. 1 more minute." Cashier updates guest, "Sarah, your smoothie is being blended now and will be ready in 1 minute. Thanks for your patience." Wrong approach. Cashier shrugs, "I don't know, let me check," then disappears without updating the guest. Guest gets frustrated due to a lack of information. 9. Confirming completion of end-of-shift cleaning scenario. The closing shift must clean the juice bar and prep station before leaving. Correct approach. Shift leader, "Did we wipe down the smoothie station and empty the fruit bins?" Team member, "Yes, all done." Shift leader does a final walkthrough for verification. Wrong approach. Shift leader assumes cleaning was done but doesn't check. Next morning's team arrives to find sticky countertops and full trash bins. 10. Training a new team member on order confirmations. Scenario: a new cashier is learning to take orders and confirm modifications. Correct approach. Trainer, "Always repeat the order and modifications back to the guest before finalizing. Let's practice." New team member, 1 mango glow smoothie, no banana, extra turmeric. Is that correct? Trainer, "Perfect. That ensures no mistakes." Wrong approach. New team member takes orders without confirming details. Multiple guests receive incorrect modifications, causing remakes and delays. Conclusion: these hands-on real-life examples demonstrate why confirming receipt and understanding is critical to preventing mistakes, improving service speed, and ensuring guest satisfaction. By training, reinforcing, and holding team members accountable, Planties can build a highly efficient and error-free QSR operation. Chapter 3. Effective leadership communication in a quick service restaurant, QSR, is essential for team efficiency, service quality, and operational success. Leaders set the standard by modeling clear, concise, and structured communication, ensuring clarity, consistency, and alignment across all roles. Their tone, volume, and body language impact how messages are received, influencing team morale and responsiveness. Transparency is key. Leaders must keep teams informed about expectations, menu changes, and challenges to maintain focus and prevent confusion. Since every team member learns and processes information differently, leaders must adapt their communication style to ensure instructions are understood, retained, and executed correctly. A strong communication culture, led by example, fosters accountability, teamwork, and a high-performing QSR environment. 3.1. The leader's role in communication, setting the example. In a quick service restaurant, QSR, leaders are responsible for setting the standard for clear, consistent, and effective communication. The way a leader communicates directly influences team morale, efficiency, and guest satisfaction. If a leader is calm, direct, and solution-focused, the team will mirror that approach, leading to smooth operations and a positive work environment. However, if a leader is unclear, inconsistent, or reactive under pressure, miscommunication will increase, causing errors, delays, and frustration. A QSR leader's communication style determines how well the team understands instructions and executes tasks, the speed and accuracy of service during peak hours, how team members handle stress, mistakes, and guest interactions, the overall efficiency of daily operations. By leading through example, reinforcing best practices, and correcting poor communication habits, leaders create a high-functioning, accountable, and professional team. 1. How leaders set the communication standard. A leader's communication habits set the tone for how the entire team interacts. To ensure efficiency and consistency, QSR leaders must A. Communicate clearly and concisely. Use direct and specific language. Instead of saying, "Can you get that done soon?" say, "I need this ready in 2 minutes." Ensure instructions are easy to understand and repeatable. Complicated directions lead to mistakes. Use simple, consistent terminology. Example, always say no dairy instead of hold the cheese and milk. B. Model active listening and engagement. Make eye contact and nod when listening. This shows attentiveness and encourages the same behavior in team members. Repeat back important messages. If a team member says, "We're low on almond milk," a leader should confirm, "Got it, I'll add that to the order list." Acknowledge good communication. If a cashier correctly repeats a guest's special request, the leader should recognize their accuracy. "Great job confirming that allergy." C. Maintain a calm and professional tone under pressure. Never yell or use reactive communication. Shouting increases stress and miscommunication. Instead, keep a firm but calm voice. "We're getting busy. Let's focus and move fast." Encourage solution-based thinking. If a mistake happens, instead of blaming, say, "How can we fix this quickly?" Use body language that promotes confidence and control. Standing tall, using open gestures, and making eye contact establish authority and reassurance. D. Reinforce structured communication practices. Use pre-shift briefings to clearly outline expectations, menu changes, and responsibilities. Train teams on callbacks and confirmation techniques. Example, when an order is modified, the leader ensures the kitchen echoes back the change. Correct poor communication habits immediately. If a team member gives unclear instructions, a leader should step in and model the right approach. Number 2. Common leadership communication mistakes and how to avoid them. Even experienced QSR leaders can fall into communication traps. The key is self-awareness and immediate course correction. A. Being vague. Instead of direct, "Wrong approach, we need to move faster," better approach, "We need the next 5 orders completed in 3 minutes." B. Failing to confirm understanding. Wrong approach, "Make sure to clean up before closing." No confirmation means the task might be skipped. Better approach, "Can you confirm that the salad station is cleaned before you leave?" C. Communicating only when there's a problem. Wrong approach, only speaking up when mistakes happen creates a negative communication culture. Better approach, leaders should give positive feedback, recognize good performance, and encourage proactive communication. D. Letting emotions drive communication. Wrong approach, "I told you already, why isn't this done?" Better approach. This still needs to be completed. What's the issue, and how can we fix it? 3. Leadership habits that strengthen team communication. To consistently set a strong communication example, QSR leaders should build these daily habits. Start each shift with a clear, focused team briefing. Check in with team members individually to reinforce expectations. Encourage open communication by making it safe for team members to ask questions. Use positive reinforcement when employees communicate well. Lead by example. Never expect a communication style from the team that you don't practice yourself. Conclusion. A QSR leader's communication style sets the tone for the entire team. By speaking clearly, listening actively, staying calm under pressure, and reinforcing structured communication practices, leaders create efficient, confident, and accountable teams. Employees mirror what they see, so strong leadership communication leads to a strong, well-organized operation. 3.2. How leaders can ensure clarity, consistency, and alignment. In a quick-service restaurant, QSR, leaders play a crucial role in ensuring that communication is clear, consistent, and aligned across all team members. Without these elements, instructions can be misinterpreted, operational efficiency can break down, and guest satisfaction can decline. When leaders communicate effectively, they create a structured environment where expectations are understood, tasks are completed accurately, and the team works in sync to deliver high-quality service. 1. Ensuring clarity in communication. Clarity in communication means that every instruction is easy to understand and leaves no room for confusion. A leader must ensure that messages are simple, specific, and actionable. Use direct language that removes ambiguity. Instead of saying, "handle the next few orders quickly," say, "complete the next 5 orders within 3 minutes." Break down complex tasks into simple steps. Instead of saying, "stock the prep station," say, "refill the spinach and tofu trays, restock the dressings, and wipe down the counter." Confirm that the message is understood. Ask team members to repeat back instructions or acknowledge with verbal confirmation. If a task is misunderstood, rephrase it rather than repeating the same unclear message. 2. Maintaining consistency in communication. Consistency means that leaders communicate the same expectations, standards, and procedures every time. A lack of consistency can lead to confusion, mistakes, and frustration among team members. Standardize terminology across the team. Everyone should use the same names for menu items, modifications, and processes. Instead of some team members saying "no dairy," while others say "hold the cheese and milk," all should use "no dairy" to avoid confusion. Reinforce policies and procedures in every shift briefing. If leaders give different instructions from one day to the next, the team will struggle to keep up. Reminders should be repeated consistently so they become habits. Hold everyone accountable to the same standards. If one team member is corrected for skipping a sanitation step while another is allowed to continue without correction, the inconsistency will cause disengagement and errors. 3. Aligning communication across the team. Alignment ensures that all departments, front of house, back of house, and leadership, are working toward the same goals with the same understanding of priorities. A well-aligned team prevents miscommunication and keeps service running smoothly. Keep all team members informed about daily priorities. A cashier who knows the kitchen is running low on a key ingredient can communicate alternatives to guests before an issue arises. Ensure that shift leaders, managers, and trainers provide the same instructions. If different leaders give conflicting messages, team members will be unsure which direction to follow. Use team huddles, written notes, and digital tools to align communication. A whiteboard with key updates, a group chat for shift changes, or a checklist for standard procedures ensures that every team member receives the same information, even if they arrive at different times. 4. Common mistakes and how to avoid them. Even experienced leaders can struggle with maintaining clarity, consistency, and alignment. These common mistakes can disrupt operations, giving vague or incomplete instructions that leave team members unsure of how to proceed. Leaders should always double-check that their message is understood, changing rules or expectations without informing the team. If a new procedure is introduced, it should be communicated clearly and reinforced over multiple shifts, assuming that one conversation is enough to align everyone. Important messages should be repeated, posted in visible locations, and reinforced through follow-up discussions. 5. The role of leadership in strengthening communication. Leaders must actively reinforce communication best practices through their daily actions. This includes conducting clear and structured pre-shift meetings that outline key goals, challenges, and updates, providing regular feedback to ensure that team members are following communication protocols, modeling the correct communication style by being precise, professional, and consistent in all interactions, encouraging an open environment where team members feel comfortable asking for clarification when needed. Conclusion. Leaders in a QSR must ensure clarity by giving precise, actionable instructions. They must maintain consistency by reinforcing expectations and using standardized communication. Alignment is achieved by making sure all team members receive the same information and work toward the same goals. When leaders prioritize these 3 elements, they create a well-organized, efficient, and high-performing team that delivers outstanding service. 3.3. The importance of tone, volume, and body language in leadership communication. In a quick service restaurant, QSR, a leader's communication is not just about the words they say, but also how they say them. Tone, volume, and body language play a critical role in ensuring that messages are received correctly and that team members stay motivated, engaged, and focused. A leader who speaks clearly with the right tone and energy can improve team morale and efficiency, while poor communication can lead to confusion, mistakes, and tension during service. 1. The role of tone in leadership communication. Tone conveys emotion, urgency, and intent. A leader's tone can motivate a team during peak hours or create stress and frustration. A calm and supportive tone reassures the team, even during busy rushes. Saying, "We're getting busy, but let's stay focused and work as a team," keeps energy high without increasing stress. A neutral and professional tone prevents misunderstandings. Instead of snapping, "You forgot the dressing again," a better approach is, "Let's double-check dressing on every salad before serving." A positive and encouraging tone builds confidence. Recognizing good work with "Great job on keeping orders flowing smoothly today" reinforces productive behavior. A leader must also be aware of how their tone changes under pressure. A harsh or impatient tone can make team members hesitant to ask questions or clarify instructions, leading to more mistakes. 2. The impact of volume on communication in a fast-paced QSR. Volume determines how well a message is heard and understood. In a loud kitchen, speaking too softly can lead to missed instructions, while speaking too loudly can create unnecessary stress. Use a strong but controlled volume in noisy environments. In a bustling kitchen, a leader should project their voice without shouting, "Team, we have 5 online orders coming in. Let's keep up the pace." Adjust volume based on urgency. For a minor reminder, a normal voice is enough. Remember to wipe the counters before closing. For an immediate issue, volume should increase slightly. "Hot pan behind you." Avoid excessive loudness that feels like yelling. Raising your voice should only be used for safety or when absolutely necessary. Constant shouting can make the team feel stressed and unmotivated. Leaders must also consider who they are addressing. A private correction or coaching moment should be done in a low, direct voice to avoid embarrassing a team member, while a general team announcement should be loud enough for everyone to hear. 3. Body language as a leadership tool. Nonverbal cues such as posture, gestures, and facial expressions reinforce communication and influence how messages are received. A leader's body language should project confidence, authority, and support. Make eye contact when giving instructions to confirm that the team is engaged and understands. Use open gestures like nodding and pointing to direct attention without excessive talking. Maintain an upright posture to show confidence and authority rather than crossing arms or looking distracted. Avoid negative body language like rolling eyes, sighing, or turning away while speaking, which can create resentment or disengagement. When correcting a mistake, a relaxed but focused stance with steady eye contact and a calm expression ensures that feedback is constructive rather than intimidating. 4. Using tone, volume, and body language together. Effective leaders combine all 3 elements to communicate clearly and confidently. If the kitchen is behind, a leader can use an encouraging tone, a firm voice, and strong eye contact to motivate the team. "We're a little behind, but let's push through together." When coaching a new team member, a leader should use a neutral tone, lower volume, and relaxed posture to create a safe learning environment. Take your time and focus on accuracy first. Speed will come with practice. In high-pressure moments, a leader should use a controlled voice, direct eye contact, and confident gestures to keep the team focused. Stay sharp and check every order before it leaves. 5. Common leadership communication mistakes. Even experienced leaders can make mistakes in tone, volume, and body language. Recognizing these mistakes helps improve communication effectiveness. Speaking too fast under pressure makes instructions unclear. Leaders should take a breath and slow down their speech when giving important directions. Raising volume unnecessarily can create a tense atmosphere. Instead, leaders should use strategic emphasis rather than shouting. Avoiding eye contact or appearing distracted makes team members feel unheard or unimportant. Leaders should always engage fully when communicating. Letting frustration affect tone can make the team feel discouraged. A leader should always pause before responding in stressful situations. 6. Leadership habits for effective communication. To consistently improve communication through tone, volume, and body language, leaders should practice self-awareness and adjust their communication style based on the situation. Observe team reactions to see if messages are being received as intended. Train team members on effective communication techniques, reinforcing clarity and confidence. Encourage open feedback by creating an environment where team members feel comfortable asking questions or clarifying instructions. Conclusion: a leader's tone, volume, and body language have a direct impact on how well their team receives and executes instructions. By maintaining a calm and clear tone, adjusting volume for the environment, and using confident body language, leaders can keep their teams engaged, motivated, and focused. Consistently modeling these behaviors ensures a positive work culture, reduces miscommunication, and helps create a smooth and efficient service experience. 3.4 Leading with Transparency: How to Keep Teams Informed and Focused. Transparency in leadership means keeping team members informed about expectations, challenges, and operational updates to ensure alignment and focus. In a quick service restaurant, QSR, where speed and efficiency are critical, a lack of transparency can lead to confusion, mistakes, frustration, and disengagement. When leaders communicate openly, they build trust, accountability, and teamwork, ensuring that every team member is working toward the same goals. 1. Why transparency matters in a QSR. A transparent leadership approach prevents miscommunication and uncertainty, which can negatively impact service quality and team morale. When team members are left uninformed about important details, they may make incorrect assumptions about priorities or expectations, feel disconnected from leadership decisions, struggle to perform efficiently, leading to delays and guest dissatisfaction, become less engaged, feeling like their input does not matter. Conversely, when leaders share relevant information and provide clear updates, the team stays aligned, motivated, and prepared to handle challenges. 2. Strategies for keeping teams informed and focused. To lead with transparency, QSR leaders must proactively communicate essential information and ensure that every team member is on the same page. A. Provide clear pre-shift briefings before every shift. Hold a quick team huddle to discuss key updates, menu changes, expected rush hours, and special promotions. Ensure that every team member knows their specific role, responsibilities, and priorities for the shift. Encourage questions and clarify any uncertainties before starting service. Example: Team, today we're promoting the new avocado superfood wrap. Let's mention it to guests when they order. We're also low on oat milk, so offer almond or coconut as a substitute. Any questions before we start? B. Communicate changes as they happen. If there is an unexpected issue, such as an ingredient running out, an equipment malfunction, or a sudden rush, communicate it immediately to avoid mistakes. Use clear and direct language so team members can quickly adjust. When possible, provide solutions along with the problem to maintain efficiency. Example: we just ran out of spinach. Offer kale or romaine as a substitute and let guests know before they order. If they ask, remind them that kale has a similar texture and nutritional value. C. Ensure alignment between leadership and team members. Make sure all supervisors, shift leads, and trainers provide consistent instructions to avoid confusion. Use written communication tools such as whiteboards, checklists, or group messages to reinforce verbal instructions. Confirm that all team members understand and acknowledge updates by asking them to repeat or summarize key points. Example: can someone repeat back what we're doing when a guest asks for oat milk today? D. Be honest about challenges and expectations. If the team is short-staffed or experiencing an operational issue, acknowledge it and encourage a problem-solving mindset. Avoid hiding problems. Team members are more likely to stay motivated if they understand the situation and feel like they are part of the solution. When addressing challenges, maintain a calm and confident tone to keep the team focused rather than stressed. Example: we're down one person today, so we'll need to work together to keep up with orders. Let's focus on speed without sacrificing accuracy, and we'll support each other as needed. E. Encourage two-way communication. Create an environment where team members feel comfortable asking questions or offering feedback. Check in with employees throughout the shift to ensure they understand updates and have the tools they need to succeed. Recognize and appreciate team members who take initiative in sharing ideas or communicating effectively. Example: if you notice any issues with order flow, let me know so we can fix them quickly. Your feedback helps us run a smoother shift. 3. Common leadership mistakes that reduce transparency. Even well-intentioned leaders can create barriers to transparency by making the following mistakes. Keeping important information to themselves. Team members need to be informed to do their jobs effectively. Providing unclear or inconsistent updates. Mixed messages lead to confusion and mistakes. Failing to check for understanding. Just because a message is sent does not mean it was received correctly. Reacting negatively to feedback. If employees feel dismissed or criticized for asking questions, they will be less likely to seek clarification in the future. A transparent leader avoids these pitfalls by prioritizing open, honest, and consistent communication. 4. Reinforcing transparency through leadership habits. To make transparency a daily leadership habit, QSR leaders should start every shift with a clear briefing so the team knows what to expect. Use multiple communication channels, verbal, written, digital, to ensure alignment. Encourage team feedback and participation in solving challenges. Be proactive in sharing updates rather than waiting for issues to arise. Model open and honest communication so the team feels comfortable doing the same. By consistently practicing transparent communication, leaders create a workplace where team members trust their leadership, understand their roles, and stay focused on delivering great service. Conclusion. Leading with transparency in a QSR means keeping teams well informed, ensuring alignment across roles, and fostering open communication. When leaders proactively share updates, explain expectations, and encourage two-way communication, they build trust and keep the team focused on delivering a smooth, efficient, and high-quality service. A transparent leader ensures that every team member knows what to do, why it matters, and how their role contributes to the restaurant's overall success. 3.5. Adapting communication for different team members and situations. Customizing leadership communication for clarity and impact. In a QSR environment, no two team members are the same. Each person processes information, responds to feedback, and handles stress differently. A great leader doesn't just deliver one message the same way to everyone. They adapt communication based on the individual and the situation to ensure understanding, motivation, and performance. 1. Know your team's communication styles. Some team members need clear, step-by-step instructions. Others thrive with quick direction and autonomy. Pay attention to how they respond. For new or shy team members, use a calm tone, slower pace, and repeat instructions gently. Ask them to repeat back tasks to confirm understanding. For fast learners or confident staff, be direct and concise, offering freedom with follow-up checkpoints. For those under stress, simplify tasks and avoid adding new steps mid-service. Use positive tone and check in with body language, not pressure. 2. Adjust for the situation. High-stress rush, your voice needs to be firm and motivating. Coaching after a mistake, your tone should be calm and supportive. End-of-shift reset, be brief, clear, and focused on action. Match your tone, volume, and body language to the moment. During peak hours, clear, energizing, no over-talking. Focus on solutions. During downtime, reflective, supportive. Provide feedback or check-in. During correction moments, respectful, quiet, non-threatening body posture. 3. Respect different learning speeds. Some team members may need to see a task multiple times before it clicks. Others may only need one quick demo. Always ask, does that make sense? Want to try one together? Need me to show you again? Never shame someone for not getting it the first time. Growth happens when leaders support different learning curves without judgment. 4. Be culturally and emotionally aware. In diverse teams, communication styles can vary across backgrounds. What seems direct to one may feel harsh to another. Adapt not by changing your message, but by delivering it in a way that respects the person. 5. Adaptability builds trust. When team members feel understood and supported in the way they need, they trust more, ask more questions, and take initiative. Adapting your communication is not about being less consistent. It's about being more effective. Conclusion: great leaders flex their style to meet each person where they are. Whether it's coaching a new team member, resetting during rush, or motivating the crew at close, the ability to adapt how you speak, move, and respond is what separates good leadership from great leadership in a QSR. 3.6 Real-life relatable examples for adapting communication. In a quick service restaurant QSR like Plantie's, leaders constantly interact with different types of employees in various situations. Effective communication is not just about what is said, but also how it is delivered. The following real-life, honest, and relatable examples illustrate how leaders can adapt their communication to different team members and situations for better understanding, engagement, and efficiency. 1. Training a new employee. Who is nervous scenario. A new cashier, Maria, is on her first shift and struggling to remember how to ring up a guest's order. She looks overwhelmed. Correct approach. Leader: Maria, I know there's a lot to learn on the first day. Let's focus on one thing at a time. Right now, just enter the items and I'll help you with the payment step. You've got this. Why it works. Breaks down the process into steps, reduces pressure, and builds confidence. Wrong approach. Leader: come on, it's not that hard, just follow the screen. Why it fails. Increases anxiety and makes the employee feel incapable. 2. Managing a rush with a high-energy but distracted team member scenario. Josh, an experienced team member, moves fast but gets distracted during a lunch rush and forgets to add toppings to several orders. Correct approach. Leader: Josh, I love the energy. Keep that speed up. But let's double-check every order before sending it out. I need you to focus on accuracy as much as speed. Can you repeat back what you need to do? Why it works. Acknowledges strengths, reinforces expectations, and ensures understanding. Wrong approach. Leader: Josh, you're too messy. Just slow down. Why it fails. The employee only hears the criticism and might slow down too much instead of improving accuracy. 3. Helping a struggling team member improve scenario. Emily, a prep cook, keeps forgetting to properly label the prepped ingredients, leading to confusion in the kitchen. Correct approach. Leader: Emily, I noticed the ingredient labels are missing again. This is really important because the team relies on them. Let's go over it one more time together. What should we do when we finish prepping each batch? Why it works. Addresses the mistake while reinforcing the correct process and ensuring understanding. Wrong approach. Leader: how many times do I have to remind you to label things? This should be basic. Why it fails. Comes off as harsh and discouraging instead of instructional. 4. Correcting an order mistake without creating tension. Scenario: a guest ordered a kale Caesar salad with no croutons, but the cashier forgot to mark no croutons in the system. Correct approach. Leader: looks like we missed marking no croutons on this order. No worries. Let's fix it quickly. Next time, let's double-check special requests before finalizing the order, okay? Why it works. Focuses on fixing the problem rather than blaming, reinforcing the correct habit in a supportive way. Wrong approach. Leader: frustrated. You have to pay attention. Now we're wasting food and time. Why it fails. Creates pressure and discourages the employee from asking for help in the future. 5. Handling a guest complaint in front of the team. Scenario: a guest complains that their smoothie is too warm and the employee doesn't know how to respond. Correct approach. I understand, and I want to make sure you get the perfect smoothie. Let me have the team remake it for you right away. Leader to employee after guest leaves: Next time, if a guest isn't happy with their order, just let them know we'll fix it and then check with me if you're unsure. It's all about making their experience great. Why it works. Handles the issue professionally while coaching the employee on guest service. Wrong approach. Leader, in front of guest, why didn't you check the temperature before serving? You have to be more careful. Why it fails. Embarrasses the employee in front of the guest and makes the situation worse. 6. Leading a pre-shift meeting with a mixed group scenario. The team is about to start a shift and there are both new and experienced employees. Correct approach. Leader, all right, team, today's focus is on keeping the prep station stocked and making sure we confirm all modifications. For our newer team members, if you're unsure about anything, ask a shift leader or check the prep list. Experienced team, let's help out where we can. Any questions before we start? Why it works. Gives clear expectations, includes both new and experienced employees, and encourages teamwork. Wrong approach. Leader, let's just have a smooth shift today. Why it fails. Vague instructions leave employees unsure of the priorities. 7. Encouraging a team member who lacks confidence. Scenario. Sam, a new kitchen employee, is hesitant to take orders from the screen because he's afraid of making mistakes. Correct approach. Leader, Sam, I know it takes time to get comfortable. Start by focusing on one order at a time, and I'll check in with you after a few. You're doing great. Keep going. Why it works. Builds confidence by offering support and setting small, achievable goals. Wrong approach. Leader, you're too slow. Just grab an order and start working. Why it fails. Adds pressure without providing guidance or encouragement. 8. Resolving a conflict between two employees. Scenario. 2 employees argue about who was supposed to restock ingredients, slowing down service. Correct approach. Leader, I understand there was some confusion. Let's focus on a solution. One of you restocks now and the other takes over next hour. Moving forward, let's check the duty list at the start of each shift to avoid this. Why it works. De-escalates the conflict and redirects focus to teamwork and solutions. Wrong approach. Leader, figure it out and stop arguing. Why it fails. Dismisses the issue without offering a resolution. 9. Handling an employee who misses important details. Scenario. Jordan frequently forgets to wipe down the counters at the end of the shift. Correct approach. Leader Jordan, I noticed the counters weren't wiped down last night. This is really important for sanitation. What can we do to help make sure this gets done? Why it works. Engages the employee in problem solving rather than just pointing out mistakes. Wrong approach. If you don't start cleaning properly, we're going to have a problem. Why it fails? Sounds like a threat rather than constructive feedback. Number 10. Recognizing strong communication in a team member scenario. Alex, a shift lead, consistently repeats orders and confirms modifications with the kitchen, preventing correct approach. Leader Alex, I really appreciate how you always confirm orders with the kitchen. That level of communication helps prevent mistakes and keeps service running smoothly. Great job. Why it works. Reinforces positive behavior and encourages others to do the same. Wrong approach. Leader says nothing and assumes the employee knows they're doing well. Why it fails. Employees feel unappreciated and may not continue their good habits. Conclusion. Adapting communication to different employees and situations leads to stronger teamwork, fewer mistakes, and a more positive work environment. Leaders who take the time to adjust their approach, encourage growth, and provide clear direction create a high-performing team that feels supported, valued, and motivated. Chapter 4. Clear and effective communication is a foundational leadership skill in any quick-service restaurant, QSR, and it hinges on mastering the 3 C's, being clear, concise, and confident. Leaders must give instructions in a way that is easy to understand and immediately actionable, reducing the risk of confusion and mistakes during fast-paced operations. Reinforcing expectations consistently, without micromanaging, builds trust and accountability, while using open-ended questions allows leaders to check for understanding and encourage team engagement. Providing timely, constructive feedback helps team members adjust quickly and improve performance. Creating a learning-focused environment where the team can grow, stay aligned, and maintain high standards of service. 4.1 The 3 C's: clear, concise, and confident communication. In a quick service restaurant, QSR like Plantie's, the speed and precision of communication directly affects service quality, team coordination, and guest satisfaction. To lead effectively in such a fast-paced environment, every communication must follow the 3 C's principle: clear, concise, and confident. This approach ensures that team members receive and understand instructions quickly, without confusion or hesitation, and feel supported by leadership that communicates with intention and presence. 1. Clear communication. Eliminate ambiguity. Clear communication means delivering a message that is easy to understand, specific, and unambiguous. In a busy kitchen or FOH environment, vague instructions can lead to errors, delays, and frustration. What clear communication looks like: using direct and specific language. Instead of, "Can you take care of that?" say, "Please refill the dressing bottles at the salad station." Avoiding jargon or unclear terms, especially with new team members. Structuring communication so there's no room for guessing. Why it matters. Clarity ensures that everyone knows exactly what is expected, what the task is, and how it should be done. It prevents breakdowns in workflow and reduces the need for constant follow-up or correction. 2. Concise communication. Keep it short and focused. Concise communication is about delivering your message using the fewest words necessary without sacrificing clarity. In a fast-moving QSR, time is limited and team members are often juggling multiple tasks. Long-winded explanations slow things down and dilute the message. What concise communication looks like: giving one instruction at a time, especially during high-volume service. Instead of, "Can you just make sure all of that is stocked and clean and maybe wipe it down when you're done?" say, "Please restock greens and wipe the prep station now." Cutting unnecessary details that don't help the listener take action. Prioritizing key points, especially during pre-shift briefings or while giving direction in the middle of service. Why it matters. Concise communication respects the team's focus and time. It helps instructions land quickly and clearly, so team members can act immediately and confidently. 3. Confident communication. Lead with certainty and presence. Confident communication builds trust, reduces uncertainty, and helps team members stay calm and focused, even during high-pressure moments. Confidence is expressed not just in words, but in tone, body language, and delivery. What confident communication looks like: speaking in a steady, assured tone without hesitation or doubt. Instead of, "Maybe we should get this order out soon," say, "Let's get this smoothie out in the next 60 seconds. Making eye contact and using open, direct body language. Giving feedback or direction without sounding unsure, even when correcting mistakes. Why it matters. Team members look to their leaders for cues, especially in uncertain situations. A leader who communicates with confidence instills calm, focus, and urgency without panic. It also helps newer or less confident team members feel secure in their roles and more willing to ask questions or follow direction. Putting the 3 C's into practice. The 3 C's should guide every interaction, whether you're running a pre-shift meeting, giving a task during a rush, coaching a team member on how to improve, resolving a guest issue or service delay. Example of using all 3 C's: team, we're going into peak hour now. Maya, stay on the wrap station and focus on getting 5 orders out in the next 10 minutes. J, handle juice tickets only. Let's keep the line moving fast. Clear, specific instructions about roles and expectations. Concise, short, action-based directions. Confident, delivered with purpose and clarity. Common mistakes and how to avoid them. Being vague or indirect. Can someone handle this? Be direct. Alex, please finish prepping the kale. Giving too much information at once. So first do this, then that, and maybe also check if. Break it down. First prep the toppings. Let me know when you're done. Sounding uncertain. I think we need to fix this. Lead with confidence. Let's fix this now. Here's how. Conclusion. Mastering the 3 C's, clear, concise, and confident communication, equips QSR leaders to give direction, maintain order, and build trust across the team. When every message is easy to understand, quick to deliver, and confidently led, teams respond faster, perform better, and stay aligned under pressure. This communication style not only improves service speed and accuracy, but also shapes the culture of professionalism and reliability that defines successful QSR leadership. 4.2. How to give instructions that are understood and executed correctly in a quick service restaurant, QSR like Plantie's. Giving clear and effective instructions ensures that tasks are completed accurately, efficiently, and without confusion. A leader's ability to deliver instructions that are easy to understand and act on directly impacts the speed of service, team coordination, and overall guest experience. Poorly given instructions lead to mistakes, wasted time, and frustration, while well-structured communication keeps operations running smoothly. 1. The keys to giving effective instructions. To ensure that team members understand and execute tasks correctly, leaders should follow these key principles. A. Be direct and specific. Vague instructions create uncertainty. Always provide clear, direct, and actionable guidance. Instead of, "Can you handle the salad station?" say, "Make sure all salads are prepped with the right toppings and dressing before handing them to the runner." Being specific removes guesswork and ensures that expectations are clear. B. Break instructions into steps. Complex tasks should be broken into smaller, easy-to-follow steps. This is especially important for new employees or when introducing a new procedure. Instead of, "Set up the juice station," say, "First, restock the fruit bins. Next, check that all blenders are clean. Then make sure we have enough oat and almond milk ready for orders." Step-by-step instructions help prevent overwhelm and mistakes. C. Use timeframes and priorities. If something is urgent or has a deadline, communicate that clearly. Otherwise, employees may assume they can complete the task at their own pace. Instead of, "Refill the wrap station when you get a chance," say, "Refill the wrap station in the next 5 minutes so we're ready for the lunch rush." Giving a clear priority ensures that tasks are completed in the right order. D. Confirm understanding. Never assume that an instruction has been fully understood. Always check for confirmation. Instead of, "Restock the toppings," and walking away, say, "Please restock the toppings. What's the first thing you'll refill?" Asking team members to repeat back instructions helps ensure they understood and can execute the task correctly. E. Use the right communication method for the situation. Verbal instructions, best for quick, immediate tasks. Example, "Check if we have enough prepped avocados for the next hour." Written instructions, best for complex or multi-step processes. Example, a checklist for closing duties. Demonstration, best for training new team members. Example, showing how to correctly portion a smoothie before asking them to do it. Choosing the best way to communicate an instruction helps reinforce understanding. 2. Common mistakes leaders make when giving instructions. Even experienced leaders sometimes give instructions that are unclear or ineffective. Here are some common mistakes and how to fix them. A. Giving too many instructions at once. Mistake, restock the station, check the inventory, wipe down the counters, and take care of the blender. Fix, prioritize tasks and give them one at a time if necessary. Example, first restock the station, let me know when that's done, and then we'll check inventory. B. Being too vague. Mistake, make sure everything looks good in the kitchen. Fix, wipe down all counters, throw away food scraps, and organize the prep area. C. Assuming understanding without checking. Mistake, make sure the dressing is portioned correctly. Team member nods but doesn't actually understand. Fix, can you show me how you would portion the dressing? Not providing context. Mistake, we need to get this done fast. Fix, we have 10 online orders coming in, so let's move quickly to keep wait times low. Context helps employees understand why the instruction is important and makes them more likely to follow it correctly. 3. Reinforcing instructions to ensure follow-through. Even after giving a clear instruction, leaders should take steps to reinforce the message and ensure it is followed through. Follow up after a few minutes to check progress. Example, how's the restocking coming along? Do you need help? Recognize good execution. Example, nice job keeping the wrap station stocked today. It made service run much smoother. Correct mistakes calmly. Example, I noticed the smoothie portioning was off. Let's review the correct amount together. When leaders reinforce and follow up, team members learn to take instructions seriously and execute them consistently. Conclusion. Giving instructions that are understood and executed correctly is one of the most important skills a QSR leader can develop. By being direct, specific, and structured, confirming understanding, and reinforcing expectations, leaders reduce mistakes, improve efficiency, and create a stronger team. When employees clearly understand what is expected, they work with more confidence, urgency, and accuracy, resulting in a better guest experience and a smoother operation. 4.3. How to reinforce expectations without micromanaging. In a fast-paced quick-service restaurant, QSR, like Plantie's, leaders must find the balance between holding the team accountable and giving them the freedom to work independently. Reinforcing expectations is essential to maintaining high standards, but when it becomes too controlling, it shifts into micromanagement, which can lead to frustration, disengagement, and reduced confidence among team members. The goal is to lead with structure and support without hovering, so the team stays aligned, motivated, and responsible for their own performance. 1. What it means to reinforce expectations. Reinforcing expectations means reminding the team of their responsibilities, service standards, and daily priorities, consistently and respectfully. It involves setting clear standards and repeating them regularly so everyone understands what's expected, following up on tasks to ensure they're completed properly, correcting gently but promptly when standards slip, recognizing when expectations are met or exceeded. This leadership habit helps keep performance consistent and shows the team that details matter. 2. The difference between reinforcing and micromanaging. Understanding the difference is key. Reinforcing expectations, micromanaging, sets clear goals and checks in at logical points, oversees every step and controls every move, provides guidance and trusts the team to execute, does not allow autonomy or decision-making, corrects issues calmly and supports improvement, criticizes frequently, often in a negative tone, encourages ownership and accountability, undermines confidence and independence. Micromanaging creates pressure and dependence. Reinforcing creates consistency and trust. 3. Strategies for reinforcing without micromanaging. A. Set expectations early and revisit often. Use pre-shift briefings to clearly outline priorities, e.g., portioning standards, cleanliness checks, or upselling a new item. Keep the message simple and focused. Let's make sure every salad goes out with the correct dressing. No assumptions today. Double-check each ticket. B. Give space, then follow up. Assign the task, then step back to let the team do it. Check in at a set time. Let's check in after the first 10 wrap orders and see how the flow is going. Ask for self-assessment. How did that feel? Any issues coming up? This builds trust and encourages ownership without leaving the team unsupported. C. Use positive reinforcement to build momentum. When expectations are met, acknowledge it. You've been on point with order confirmations today. Keep that going. Recognizing the right behaviors reinforces consistency without hovering. D. Give course corrections calmly and specifically. If a standard slips, address it directly but with respect and clarity. Hey, I noticed some of the smoothies were going out with inconsistent levels. Can we review portioning quickly? Avoid harsh or reactive corrections. Let the team know that expectations are not optional, but mistakes are part of growth. E. Provide tools, not control. Use checklists, prep guides, and visual aids to support independence. Empower shift leads or team members to help enforce standards so it doesn't all come from one person. 4. Situations that require reinforcement, not micromanagement. New processes or menu items, repetition and guidance help embed new habits. Inconsistencies in quality or speed, gentle reminders keep standards high. During slow periods, leaders can refocus the team without excessive oversight. Let's use this time to restock and clean the back counter before the next rush. By stepping in strategically and briefly, leaders can reset focus without interrupting flow. 5. Avoiding micromanagement traps. Leaders often fall into micromanagement without realizing it. Common triggers include lack of trust in new team members, fear of mistakes during peak service, wanting perfection instead of progress. To avoid this, leaders must ask, have I given clear instructions? Did I give the team enough space to execute? Am I correcting to help or to control? Have I provided tools and support for them to succeed? If the answer is no to any of these, it's time to adjust the approach. Conclusion. Reinforcing expectations is essential to maintaining quality and consistency in a QSR, but it must be done with trust, structure, and respect. By setting standards clearly, checking in at the right times, and using feedback as a tool, not a weapon, leaders can guide their teams effectively without micromanaging. The result is a more confident, capable team that takes pride in their work and meets expectations because they understand, believe in, and are supported through the process. 4.4. The power of questions. ensuring understanding through active engagement. In a quick service restaurant, QSR like Plantie's, asking the right questions is one of the most powerful tools a leader can use to promote clarity, engagement, and accountability. While giving instructions is essential, ensuring those instructions are understood and internalized is what truly drives performance. When leaders use questions effectively, they create an environment where team members are not only listening, but actively thinking, participating, and learning. 1. Why questions matter in leadership communication. Asking questions does more than just check for understanding. It builds two-way communication, encourages ownership, and develops critical thinking. In a fast-paced QSR setting, assuming a message was understood can lead to mistakes, repeated errors, and frustration. Instead, asking questions helps confirm that team members fully grasp instructions or expectations, identify gaps in knowledge before they become problems. Invite team members to think for themselves instead of relying on step-by-step oversight. Build a habit of self-checking and asking for clarification when needed. Questions turn communication into a dialogue rather than a one-way command. 2. Use questions to confirm instructions were understood. After giving a task, a leader should not just say, "Got it," and move on. Instead, ask questions that require a specific response to verify understanding. Examples: can you repeat the steps you'll follow to finish this prep list? What dressing goes on this salad? If we run out of oat milk, what are you going to offer guests instead? These types of questions move team members from passive listening to active participation, increasing the chance they'll execute correctly. 3. Ask questions that encourage problem solving. Strong leaders don't just give answers. They guide team members to think through situations on their own. This builds confidence and problem-solving ability. Examples: what would you do if the prep line ran out of chickpeas during the rush? How would you respond if a guest says their smoothie is too warm? What's one way we could speed up service during the lunch rush? These questions teach team members to anticipate challenges and apply what they've learned in real time. 4. Use questions to re-engage or refocus the team. If the team starts to lose focus during a shift, asking questions is a quick and effective way to bring them back into alignment. Examples: what's our priority right now? How many wrap tickets are on the screen? What do we need to restock before the next wave hits? These quick check-ins keep team members alert, involved, and aware of the bigger picture. 5. Ask for feedback to create open communication. Leadership isn't just about giving direction, it's about building a culture of trust and open dialogue. Asking for feedback shows that the leader values the team's input and creates space for honest conversation. Examples: how did that shift feel for you? Was anything unclear? What could have made that task easier? Do you have suggestions for making the prep station more efficient? These questions invite team members to share ideas, concerns, and insights, which leads to better operations and stronger morale. 6. Common mistakes to avoid when asking questions. Asking yes-no questions that shut down dialogue. Instead of, "Did you get it?" ask, "What's your plan for getting this done?" using a judgmental tone that puts people on edge. Avoid, "Why would you do it like that?" Use, "What was your thought process here?" Asking questions too late after a mistake has already happened. Build the habit of asking up front to prevent errors, not just react to them. 7. Make questioning a daily leadership habit. To lead through questions, build the practice into everyday interactions. Use questions in pre-shift briefings. What's today's priority? What do we need to double-check? During training, can you show me how you'd prep this item? During rushes, what's our biggest bottleneck right now? During debriefs, what went well today? What can we improve tomorrow? When questions are part of the rhythm of leadership, they reinforce standards and keep the team thinking. Conclusion: the power of questions lies in their ability to promote understanding, drive engagement, and develop ownership. In a QSR like Plantie's, where speed and clarity are non-negotiable, leaders who consistently ask thoughtful, purposeful questions create teams that are more focused, more capable, and more invested in doing things right. By leading with curiosity, guidance, and trust, questions become one of the most valuable tools in a leader's communication toolkit. 4.5. Providing constructive feedback that drives immediate improvement. In a quick service restaurant, QSR environment like Plantie's, feedback must be more than just occasional correction. It should be a consistent, focused, and actionable tool for performance improvement. With teams working under time pressure and handling fast guest flow, leaders must know how to deliver constructive feedback that is timely, respectful, and designed to help team members grow and adjust quickly. When done well, feedback not only corrects issues but also builds trust, sharpens skills, and reinforces the high standards expected in every shift. 1. What makes feedback constructive? Constructive feedback is not about pointing out what's wrong. It's about showing how to make it better in a way that is clear, respectful, and solution-oriented. Effective feedback focuses on behavior or action, not personality, is specific, not vague or generalized, is timely, given as close to the situation as possible, includes a path forward, not just criticism. Constructive feedback tells someone, here's what went wrong, why it matters, and how to improve it. 2. The right time to give feedback. In a fast-paced setting like a QSR, timing is key. Feedback should be immediate when possible so the correction can be applied right away. Brief and direct during service, saving longer coaching for post-shift. Private if the feedback is corrective to maintain dignity and avoid embarrassment. Public when recognizing wins to reinforce positive behavior in front of the team. 3. Structure for effective feedback. The 3-part model. Use this simple model for fast, effective, and professional feedback. A. Describe what happened. State the behavior or action clearly. I noticed the smoothies are going out with inconsistent portion sizes. B. Explain why it matters. Link the behavior to guest experience, safety, or efficiency. This causes delays and leads to remakes, which slows the line and affects guest satisfaction. C. Give a clear correction or solution. Offer a way to fix it and invite engagement. Let's review the portioning chart and use the standard cup. Can you show me how you'd portion the next one? This method turns feedback into an opportunity to improve, not just a correction. 4. Reinforce positive behavior too. Feedback isn't just about fixing problems, it's also about reinforcing what's working. When leaders recognize good habits and strong performance, it builds morale and confidence, increases the chances the behavior will be repeated, shows the team what excellence looks like. Examples of positive feedback. Great job double-checking every allergy order today. That level of detail keeps our guests safe. Thanks for stepping in to restock without being asked. That kind of initiative keeps things moving. Positive feedback should be specific and sincere, not generic praise. 5. Coaching through mistakes without blame. When someone makes a mistake, the goal is to correct the issue and protect the relationship. Avoid shaming or overreacting. Stay calm, respectful, and focused on improvement. Poor approach. How many times do I have to tell you to clean up the prep station? Better approach. The prep station was left messy after your shift, and that makes it harder for the next person to work efficiently. Let's go over the closing checklist again together so it's done right next time. This builds a habit of accountability without fear or defensiveness. 6. Encourage ownership and follow-up. After giving feedback, check back to ensure the improvement is happening. This shows the team that you're paying attention. The standard matters. Growth is expected and supported. Example, you've been much more consistent with portioning this week. Nice job applying the feedback. Keep it up. 7. Common feedback mistakes to avoid. Being vague. You need to do better. Instead, explain what needs to improve. Waiting too long. Delayed feedback loses impact. Focusing only on what went wrong. Include how to improve or what to do differently. Letting frustration take over. Stay calm and stick to the facts. Conclusion. Constructive feedback is one of the most powerful tools a QSR leader can use to drive real-time improvement, consistency, and team development. When feedback is clear, specific, respectful, and solution-focused, it helps team members grow while maintaining trust and motivation. By building a culture where feedback is normal, supportive, and expected, leaders ensure their teams stay sharp, improve continuously, and deliver high-quality service shift after shift. 4.6 Real-life relatable examples. Clear and effective communication for leaders. These real-life examples reflect common scenarios at Planties and show how leaders can apply clear, concise, and confident communication to give instructions, reinforce expectations, offer feedback, and engage team members without micromanaging. They are designed to be practical, honest, and easy to implement during any shift. 1. Giving a clear and concise instruction scenario. A new team member is about to prep a smoothie but looks unsure. Leader, use 1 cup of frozen mango, ½ cup of spinach, and 1 scoop of protein. Show me before blending so I can confirm the portion. Why it works. It's direct, specific, and gives clear next steps, reducing hesitation and building confidence. Leader, just make it like I showed you. Why it fails. Assumes the team member remembers every step, which leads to mistakes. 2. Checking for understanding with a simple question scenario. The shift leader explains how to set up the salad bar before lunch. Leader, what's the first thing you'll stock when setting up the salad bar? Team member, start with greens, then chickpeas and quinoa. Why it works. Confirms understanding without sounding like a test. Reinforcing expectations during a rush without micromanaging. Scenario, the team is moving fast, but some wraps are missing labels. Team, quick reminder, every wrap must have a label before it goes out. Check each one before handing it off. Thank you. Why it works. Restates the expectation for everyone without singling anyone out. Leader, who forgot the label again? Why it fails. Creates tension and blame rather than focus and correction. 4. Giving feedback that corrects and coaches. Scenario, a smoothie is handed out with the wrong ingredients. Leader, this one went out with banana instead of pineapple. Let's double-check tickets before blending. Can you confirm the next one before you start? Why it works. Addresses the error with a solution and builds a learning moment. Leader, you keep messing this up. Why it fails. Demotivates the team member and doesn't offer a way to improve. 5. Providing positive reinforcement that feels genuine. Scenario, a team member stays ahead on prep without being asked. Leader, hey, I saw you restock the chickpeas and quinoa without a reminder. Great job staying ahead. That really helped the flow. Why it works. It's specific and sincere, reinforcing the exact behavior you want repeated. 6. Coaching through repetition without micromanaging. Scenario, a new hire forgets to clean their station at the end of their shift. Leader, let's go through the closing list together again. What's the last thing you do before clocking out? Why it works. Teaches by repetition while keeping the tone supportive and collaborative. Leader, you forgot again. That's basic stuff. Why it fails. Shames the team member without helping them correct the behavior. 7. Keeping teams focused through quick check-ins. Scenario, the line is getting long and team energy is dropping. Leader, we've got 8 orders in the queue. What's everyone working on right now? Why it works. Refocuses the team with a quick pulse check without panic or pressure. 8. Giving instructions to multiple people without confusion. Scenario, the lunch rush is starting and everyone needs to move fast. Leader, Anna, handle salads. Leo, take smoothies. Jamie, refill toppings every 5 orders. Let's check in 5 minutes. Why it works. Assigns roles clearly and gives a follow-up time. Leader, everyone just help wherever it's needed. Why it fails. Causes confusion and leads to team members doing the same task or missing priorities. 9. Correcting in private, not public scenario. A guest overhears a server talking loudly about an order mistake. Leader, privately, let's keep conversations about errors low and professional around guests. Let's walk through how to handle it quietly next time. Why it works. Protects the team member's dignity and provides guidance. 10. Using pre-shift briefings to reinforce expectations. Scenario, a new menu item launches today. Leader, team, today we're featuring the new avocado power wrap. Offer it during every order. It's on promo and it's a great upsell. Let's check after the first hour to see how it's going. Why it works. Provides a specific focus, links it to guest interaction, and includes a follow-up plan. Conclusion. These examples show that effective communication doesn't have to be complex. It just has to be intentional. By being clear, asking questions, reinforcing expectations consistently, and offering feedback with purpose, leaders at Planties can keep their team aligned, confident, and performing at a high level throughout every shift. Chapter 5. Training teams in communication excellence is essential for creating a high-performing, guest-focused environment in a quick-service restaurant, QSR, like Plantie's. This training focuses on building core habits that strengthen daily operations, beginning with active listening to reduce errors and improve teamwork during fast-paced service. It continues with structured pre-shift briefings to align teams on priorities and expectations, and role-playing exercises to practice real-life scenarios and boost confidence. Shift leaders are trained to model and reinforce effective communication, ensuring consistency across all roles. Finally, the ARC model, affinity, reality, communication, is used to deepen team connection, establish clear expectations, and improve understanding through trust-based two-way communication. Together, these tools create a culture of clarity, accountability, and collaboration. 5.1 Teaching active listening in a fast-paced environment. In a quick-service restaurant, QSR, like Plantie's, active listening is one of the most important yet often overlooked communication skills. With orders flying in, guests making requests, and team members working under pressure, it's easy for people to nod without fully hearing or understanding what's being said. Teaching active listening helps team members process information more accurately, reduce errors, and respond to both guests and coworkers with greater focus and respect, even during busy service times. 1. What is active listening in a QSR? Active listening is more than just hearing someone. It means fully focusing on the speaker, understanding their message, and responding appropriately. In a fast-paced setting, this means team members must pause and give full attention, even briefly. Avoid interrupting or jumping to conclusions. Repeat back or confirm what they heard. Take quick action based on what was communicated. 2. Why it matters in a fast-paced environment. Prevents order mistakes and reduces remakes. Ensures special requests or allergies are not missed. Improves team coordination under time pressure. Builds trust and professionalism with guests. Helps new team members learn faster and avoid confusion. Without active listening, the team may rush to respond without clarity, leading to repeated errors and communication breakdowns. Practical techniques for teaching active listening on shift. A. Teach the listen, repeat, act method. Listen. Focus on what is being said without distraction. Repeat. Echo back key information to confirm. Act. Complete the task as instructed. Example. Cashier. Kale Caesar, no croutons, add tempeh. Line cook. Kale Caesar, no croutons, add tempeh. Got it. B. Use micro check-ins during service. Ask, what's your next or what did you just hear from the cashier? This trains team members to self-check their listening in real time and reinforces focus. C. Model it as a leader. Show your own active listening. When a team member asks a question or shares an update, stop, make eye contact, and repeat back what you heard. Your behavior sets the tone. If leaders listen fully, the team will do the same. D. Role play during training or pre-shift briefings. Run quick practice rounds. One team member gives an instruction, the other repeats it back. The leader gives instant feedback on clarity and tone. These 2-minute drills build confidence and listening habits. E. Reinforce listening through feedback. Acknowledge it when done well. Great job confirming the order back to the guest. That prevents mistakes. Correct gently when missed. Let's slow down and double-check next time. What did the ticket say? 4. Common listening pitfalls in fast environments. Multitasking while someone is speaking leads to missed details. Assuming you know what's being said before it's finished. Nodding without confirming or repeating back. Speaking over someone instead of hearing them out. Teaching the team to slow down just enough to listen fully can make a major difference in performance, especially during rush hours. 5. Simple reminders to keep listening. Top of mind, post a quick checklist in the kitchen or prep area. Did you hear it? Did you repeat it? Did you act on it? Include reminders in pre-shift briefings. Let's make sure we're listening closely to special requests today. Every detail matters. Conclusion. In a fast-paced QSR like Plantie's, teaching active listening is not about slowing down service. It's about improving accuracy, flow, and guest satisfaction. When leaders train their teams to listen with intention, confirm instructions, and stay present during communication, the result is fewer mistakes, better teamwork, and a more professional service culture. Active listening is a skill that can be practiced every shift and makes a lasting impact on both team performance and guest experience. 5.2 Structuring pre-shift briefings for maximum impact. Pre-shift briefings are a powerful communication tool in a quick-service restaurant QSR like Plantie's, setting the tone for the shift, aligning the team, and reinforcing daily priorities. A well-structured briefing ensures that everyone starts the shift with a shared understanding of expectations, menu updates, guest service goals, and any operational concerns. It helps prevent miscommunication during busy periods and gives team members a sense of direction and focus. 1. Why pre-shift briefings matter. Aligns the team quickly before service begins, prevents misunderstandings about roles, goals, or changes, boosts team morale and focus through clear leadership, encourages engagement and accountability from the start. When briefings are structured and purposeful, they create momentum, clarity, and confidence heading into each shift. 2. Key elements of an effective pre-shift briefing. A strong pre-shift briefing should take no more than 5 minutes and follow a consistent format. A. Greet and ground the team. Start with a warm, confident tone to engage the team. Example, "Good morning, team. Thanks for being on time. Let's make this a great shift." B. Communicate priorities for the day. Share the focus areas, menu features, upsell goals, or guest experience targets. Example, "Today we're featuring the avocado super wrap. Let's offer it with every order. Goal is 20 upsells by lunch rush." C. Operational notes or issues. Call out important updates like low inventory, prep station setup, or equipment issues. Example, "We're low on oat milk. Offer almond or coconut as a substitute. Smoothie station B is down, so use the backup." D. Assign roles and responsibilities. Clearly state who's handling which stations or tasks. Example, "Jamie's on prep, Anna's on smoothies. Leo's handling wraps. Shift lead is Alex. Check in with them if needed." E. End with a quick engagement prompt. Ask a question to involve the team and check understanding. Example, "What do we offer when a guest asks for oat milk today?" Or "Any questions or suggestions before we start?" 3. Best practices for leading effective briefings. Be clear, concise, and confident. Avoid rambling or overloading with information. Use the same structure each shift so team members know what to expect. Make it a two-way conversation by inviting quick feedback or clarifying questions. Keep energy positive and focused. Your tone sets the pace for the shift. 4. Common briefing mistakes to avoid. Being too vague. Saying, "Let's have a good shift" without specifics leads to confusion. Skipping important updates. Failing to mention a key menu change or low stock item can create service problems. Talking too long. Overloading the team with information at the start of a shift leads to lost focus. Not checking for understanding. Without confirming key points, team members may miss crucial details. 5. Sample pre-shift briefing format. Plantie's. Welcome and energy check. Team, welcome to the afternoon shift. Thanks for being ready to go. Key priorities. We're focusing on smoothie speed today. Target is under 3 minutes per order. Updates changes. Out of kale. Use spinach as the default base. Remember to let guests know. Team roles. Jordan's on cold prep. Tina's at register. Marcus on station 2. Engage. What's the smoothie prep target time? That's right. Under 3 minutes. Let's crush it today. Conclusion. A structured, focused pre-shift briefing gives teams the clarity and confidence they need to perform at their best. When leaders use briefings to communicate expectations, align the team, and encourage two-way engagement, they set the tone for a shift that runs smoothly, efficiently, and with purpose. Pre-shift briefings are one of the most impactful ways to maintain daily consistency and high communication standards in a fast-paced QSR like Plantie's. 5.3 Role-playing and simulation exercises for team training. In a fast-paced quick-service restaurant, QSR like Plantie's, role-playing and simulation exercises are essential tools for helping team members build confidence, strengthen communication, and handle real-world scenarios with skill and composure. These hands-on training methods allow team members to practice key interactions before they happen on the floor, reducing mistakes during service and preparing them to handle guest requests, team coordination, and pressure situations more effectively. When done well, these exercises help translate policies and expectations into real behaviors that stick. 1. Why role-playing works in a QSR setting. Builds muscle memory for handling common situations. Creates a safe space to make mistakes and learn from them. Strengthens confidence and response time under pressure. Reinforces service standards and communication expectations. Encourages team collaboration and problem solving. Rather than just explaining what to do, role-playing shows team members how to do it and gives them space to try it themselves. 2. Key types of role-playing scenarios to practice. A. Guest service interactions. Taking a detailed order with modifications or allergies, offering an upsell item, or describing a new menu option. Handling a guest complaint or special request respectfully. Example, scenario, a guest says, "I didn't want almond milk in this smoothie." Roleplay. Cashier practices responding, "I'm so sorry about that. Let me have our team remake it for you right away with oat milk. Thank you for your patience." B. Internal communication drills, confirming orders between FOH and BOH, communicating rush order priority, addressing a miscommunication between team members. Example, scenario, a ticket says no cashew dressing, but BOH misses the note. Roleplay. FOH communicates the correction. "This order is a no cashew allergy. Can we remake it and flag it for the expo?" C. Leadership simulations. Shift leader giving a pre-shift briefing, coaching a team member who missed a task, managing conflict, or correcting an issue during peak time. Example, scenario, a shift lead notices a team member skipping steps during closing. Roleplay. The leader practices saying, "I noticed the counters weren't fully cleaned. Let's walk through the checklist together now so it's right before we close." 3. How to run effective role-playing exercises. A. Keep it short and specific. Each scenario should focus on one clear goal, such as confirming an allergy, responding to a guest issue, or managing communication under stress. Keep each role play to 2 to 3 minutes. B. Rotate roles. Have team members take turns as the guest, the team member, and the observer. This helps build empathy, understanding, and perspective. C. Provide immediate feedback. After each round, give quick, supportive feedback. "Great job making eye contact and staying calm. Next time, remember to confirm the guest's name and repeat the order back." D. Focus on real scenarios from the floor. Use situations that have actually occurred during past shifts. This keeps training relevant, practical, and easy to connect with. Number 4. Common role-playing themes for Plantie's team training. Handling food sensitivities and allergy concerns. Responding to late or incorrect orders with professionalism. Communicating calmly during rush hour miscommunications. De-escalating guest complaints with empathy and solutions. Confirming special requests clearly between cashier and kitchen, reinforcing brand language, tone, and friendliness in every guest interaction. 5. Best practices for success. Create a no-judgment environment so team members feel safe trying and learning. Practice often, even if only for 5 minutes during pre-shift or slower periods. Keep the tone positive and constructive. The goal is growth, not perfection. Invite team members to offer their own scenarios to train for real challenges they've faced. Conclusion: role-playing and simulation exercises are one of the most impactful ways to build communication skills, reduce service errors, and boost confidence across the team. When used consistently, these quick, scenario-based training tools prepare Plantie's team members to handle real challenges with clarity, composure, and care. They turn training into real-life readiness, giving everyone the tools to perform better, serve guests more effectively, and support one another in a high-paced service environment. 5.4. Training shift leaders to reinforce effective communication habits. Shift leaders are the communication anchors in a quick service restaurant, QSR, like Plantie's. They are responsible for translating leadership standards into real-time actions, guiding the team during service, and maintaining a consistent tone and pace across each shift. Because of their day-to-day visibility and influence, training shift leaders to reinforce effective communication habits is essential for building a strong, cohesive team culture. They must model clear, respectful, and structured communication while also coaching team members to follow the same approach, especially in high-pressure moments. 1. Why shift leaders are key to communication success. They are the first point of contact for most team members. Their style directly impacts team energy, tone, and pace. They have the opportunity to correct issues in the moment without escalating unnecessarily. They play a critical role in coaching, onboarding, and sustaining daily habits. If shift leaders communicate poorly, vaguely, inconsistently, or emotionally, these habits spread quickly across the team. But when they lead with clarity and presence, the team mirrors it. 2. Core communication skills. Every shift leader must master A. Leading pre-shift briefings with structure. Start every shift with a clear, consistent message. Communicate daily priorities, role assignments, and operational updates. Keep briefings under 5 minutes and invite team input when appropriate. B. Giving clear, action-based instructions. Use short, direct language. Instead of, let's get ready for lunch, say, prep 10 wraps now so we're ready for the rush. C. Providing real-time feedback. Respectfully. Correct calmly and immediately. That order was missing dressing. Let's double-check every ticket before plating. Recognize good performance. Nice job staying ahead on smoothies. Keep that pace. D. Confirming understanding, not assuming it. Always ask team members to repeat back important tasks. What's your next step after prepping the greens? E. Managing conflict or miscommunication professionally. Stay neutral. Ask questions and guide towards solutions. Model patience and respect, even under stress. 3. How to train shift leaders in communication habits. A. Use observation and shadowing. Have new or developing shift leaders shadow strong communicators. Pause after interactions and ask what worked, what could have been clearer. B. Role-play difficult scenarios. Practice correcting errors, giving constructive feedback, and leading a huddle. Let leaders rehearse handling guest complaints, team conflict, miscommunication during rush. C. Provide structured communication checklists. Pre-shift briefing template, feedback framework, describe, impact, correct, callback and confirmation practices. D. Offer feedback and coaching. After each shift, give one clear note per shift. You gave clear direction during the rush. Next time, check in sooner with prep. E. Encourage peer coaching. Have experienced leaders coach newer ones. Reinforces team leadership culture and shared ownership. 4. Common pitfalls to address during training. Assuming silence means understanding. Giving vague, generalized reminders instead of specific direction. Correcting team members publicly or harshly, avoiding feedback because of discomfort, relying on instructions alone instead of confirming execution. Effective communication isn't about talking more, it's about talking with clarity, purpose, and follow-through. Number 5, tools to support shift leader communication. Pre-shift briefing cards, simple cue cards with key talking points. Communication hot phrases, standard terms to use for priority tasks or service recovery. Check-in scripts for restating expectations or asking for updates mid-shift. Feedback templates to guide tone and delivery when correcting or coaching. Conclusion. Training shift leaders to reinforce effective communication habits creates consistency, clarity, and professionalism on the floor. When shift leaders speak with confidence, give direct instructions, confirm understanding, and offer timely feedback, they set the tone for the entire team. Over time, this builds a service culture at Plantie's where communication is respectful, efficient, and aligned, resulting in fewer mistakes, stronger teamwork, and a smoother guest experience. 5.5. Using the ARC, Affinity Reality Communication Model for stronger team interactions. The ARC model, Affinity Reality Communication, is a powerful leadership tool for building trust, clarity within a quick service restaurant QSR team like Plantie's. It provides a simple but effective framework for improving how team members relate to each other and how leaders manage interpersonal dynamics. By applying ARC, shift leaders and managers can reduce conflict, improve team morale, and create a more collaborative and focused service environment, even during high-pressure periods. Each element of the model strengthens the others. When team members feel connected, affinity, aligned in expectations, reality, and supported by clear dialogue communication, they perform better and support one another more naturally. 1. Affinity. Building connection and trust. Affinity refers to the level of liking, empathy, and mutual respect between people. In a fast-paced work environment, maintaining strong affinity among team members ensures smoother collaboration and a more positive attitude during demanding shifts. How leaders build affinity. Greet team members warmly at the start of each shift. Check in on individual well-being with simple questions like, "How's your day going so far?" Recognize effort, even in small ways. "Thanks for jumping in on prep," without being asked. Avoid blame and focus on solutions when issues arise. Why it matters. When affinity is high, team members are more likely to support each other, stay calm under pressure, and remain engaged. A disconnected team is more prone to conflict, frustration, and disengagement. 2. Reality. Establishing shared understanding and clear expectations. Reality is about creating agreement on what's expected, what's happening, and what needs to be done. Misalignment in roles, standards, or priorities is a common source of stress and mistakes. How leaders strengthen reality. Clearly communicate shift goals, role assignments, and daily focus points during pre-shift briefings. Reinforce procedures and checklists to make expectations concrete. Clarify misunderstandings on the spot with neutral language. Let's revisit what this task looks like so we're on the same page. Involve the team in defining realistic outcomes and timelines. Why it matters. When everyone shares the same understanding of tasks, processes, and service standards, the team moves with greater coordination and confidence. Misaligned reality leads to confusion, repeated errors, and friction. 3. Communication. Bridging affinity and reality. Communication connects the emotional and operational sides of the team. It ensures that relationships, affinity, and expectations, reality, stay strong and aligned. Without clear communication, even the best intentions and plans fall apart. How leaders strengthen communication. Use clear, direct, and respectful language, especially during feedback or corrections. Practice active listening and ask team members to repeat key instructions. Encourage two-way dialogue. What's not clear about this task? Or any suggestions to improve this? Reinforce shared goals and invite team members into the problem-solving process. Why it matters. When communication is strong, issues are solved quickly, instructions are followed correctly, and morale stays high, even during stressful periods. 4. Practical examples of ARC in action at Plantie's affinity example. A leader thanks a team member after a long shift, building a relationship that makes future feedback easier to give and receive. Reality example. A shift lead posts clear portioning standards and reviews them before the lunch rush to prevent errors. Communication example. A cashier notices a guest allergy note and confirms it with the kitchen to avoid a mistake, demonstrating respect for both procedure and people. 5. Coaching the team with ARC shift leaders can use the ARC model during on-the-floor coaching and team development. In a correction, I know you've been working hard today, affinity, but the kale wasn't fully stocked at the start of lunch, reality. Let's review the checklist together to get it right next time, communication. In a conflict between team members, let's hear each other out first, affinity, then agree on what went wrong with the order, reality, and talk about how to avoid this in the future, communication. Conclusion. Using the ARC model, affinity, reality, and communication helps leaders at Plantie's create a work culture where team members feel valued, aligned, and supported. It's not just a communication tool. It's a leadership mindset that promotes trust, clarity, and connection. When applied consistently, ARC leads to stronger relationships, smoother operations, and a more resilient and unified team, especially in the fast-paced world of plant-based QSR service. 5.6 Hands-on examples for communication training at Plantie's. These examples are designed to help team members at Plantie's understand and apply key communication principles through immersive, real-life, and easy-to-use scenarios. Each one reflects common situations in a plant-based QSR environment and reinforces the practices covered in this training module: active listening, pre-shift briefings, role play, shift leadership, and the ARC model. Use these examples in team training sessions, pre-shift warm-ups, or quick debriefs to build communication excellence into everyday operations. 1. Active listening. During a busy order queue scenario, a guest says no onions, gluten-free bread, and avocado on the side. Hands-on practice. Have one team member play the guest and another take the order. The order taker must repeat it back word for word, confirm all modifications, and check for understanding. Debrief question. What could be missed in this order if the team member isn't fully listening? 2. Pre-shift briefing drill scenario. Morning rush is expected, smoothie station needs restocking, and a new seasonal bowl is launching. Hands-on practice. Assign one team member to deliver a 2-minute pre-shift briefing using the proper structure: greeting, updates, assignments, priorities, and engagement question. Debrief prompt. Was the information clear, concise, and confident? Did it help set the tone for the shift? 3. Role play. Handling a guest complaint professionally. Scenario: a guest receives a wrap with the wrong dressing and is upset. Hands-on practice. One team member plays the guest, another plays the cashier. Practice using calm, empathetic language and clear problem solving. I'm really sorry about that. I'll get this fixed right away and make sure it's correct. Debrief prompt. How did the tone, eye contact, and language affect the outcome? 4. Shift leader correction with ARC model scenario. A team member forgets to wipe the prep station during a rush. Hands-on practice. Role play the shift leader using the ARC model. Affinity. Hey, I know the rush was intense and you were moving fast. Reality. The prep station wasn't cleaned and that impacts the next person's setup. Communication. Let's go over the checklist together and make sure we're good for the next shift. Debrief prompt. How did this approach feel compared to being called out in front of the team? 5. Conflict reset simulation scenario. 2 team members argue about who's responsible for smoothie prep backups. Hands-on practice. Have a leader step in and guide them through a short ARC-based reset conversation. Ask, what's actually happening here? Reality. How can we support each other? Affinity. What needs to be said to move forward? Communication. Debrief prompt. What would have happened if this wasn't addressed with structure? 6. Upselling challenge in pre-shift training scenario. Plantie's is promoting a new energy smoothie. Hands-on practice. Each team member has 30 seconds to practice offering the new item to a guest in a natural way. Would you like to try our new energy smoothie today? It's made with banana, turmeric, and a shot of plant protein. Great for a boost. Debrief prompt. Which phrasing felt natural and effective? What could be more concise or engaging? 7. Speed communication relay scenario. Simulate a rush hour scenario. Hands-on practice. In pairs, have one team member take an order with 3 modifications and pass the info down the line, kitchen, runner, expediter. At each step, the message must be repeated back clearly and confirmed. Debrief prompt. What caused miscommunication? What helped make the handoff clear? 8. Real-time coaching moment scenario. A team member is unsure about restocking protocols. Hands-on practice. Coach them on the spot. Let's walk through it together. What's the first thing you do when the toppings run low? Guide them using questions, not just instructions. Debrief prompt. How did it feel to be guided versus just told what to do? 9. ARC-inspired daily debrief scenario. End-of-day reflection circle. Hands-on practice. Use the ARC structure. Affinity. What went well between team members today? Reality. What process didn't run as smoothly as it could? Communication. What should we change or communicate more clearly tomorrow? Debrief prompt. How does this reflection help us reset and improve for the next shift? 10. Rapid fire. Say it better. Game scenario. Train concise and confident communication. Hands-on practice. Leader gives a vague or unclear phrase. Can someone handle that thing over there? Team members rephrase it to be more actionable. Jamie, can you refill the dressing bottles at the cold station now? Debrief prompt. How does tightening the language improve execution and accountability? Conclusion. These role plays, drills, and debriefs are designed to be simple, real, and repeatable, perfect for shift training, onboarding, or refresher moments at Plantie's. They bring communication training to life by immersing the team in actual service situations, helping them learn not just what to say, but how to say it, when to say it, and why it matters. Over time, this practice builds stronger habits, better teamwork, and smoother shifts. Chapter 6. Modern communication in QSR leadership blends technology, adaptability, and structured routines to support fast, accurate, and team-aligned operations. Leaders at Plantie's use tools like messaging apps, order screens, and task boards to streamline information flow and maintain real-time clarity across stations. Applying an agile approach allows communication to stay flexible, adapting quickly to shifting priorities, guest volume, or team needs. Leaders also learn to balance speed with accuracy, ensuring messages are delivered clearly, even under pressure, whether digitally or verbally. Establishing a consistent communication rhythm through daily huddles and end-of-shift recaps keeps the team informed, connected, and focused on continuous improvement. 6.1. Integrating digital tools. Messaging apps, order screens, and task boards. In a modern quick-service restaurant QSR like Plantie's, digital tools are essential for streamlining communication, reducing delays, and keeping the entire team aligned in real time. With fast-paced service, rotating shifts, and constant updates to orders and prep priorities, relying solely on verbal instructions can lead to missed details. inefficiencies, and errors. Integrating tools such as messaging apps, kitchen order screens, and task boards helps improve clarity, coordination, and accountability across all roles. 1. Why digital tools matter in a QSR environment. Ensure fast and consistent information sharing across shifts and stations. Reduce reliance on memory or repeated verbal instructions. Help teams track real-time order status, task completion, and shift priorities. Provide a clear and visible reference that keeps everyone aligned. Increase efficiency during busy periods and shift handovers. When used properly, digital tools don't replace human communication, they enhance it. 2. Messaging apps, e.g. WhatsApp, Slack, or internal team chat. These are best used for non-urgent updates, scheduling, shift swaps, and general communication. Use cases: posting weekly goals or updates from leadership, sharing prep checklists or specials before the shift, quick alerts about product outages or substitutions, celebrating team wins, or recognizing good performance. Best practices: keep messages clear and relevant. Avoid flooding the chat with off-topic comments. Use tagging or group filters to ensure the right people see the message. Archive daily updates to keep information organized. Example: reminder, avocado super wrap is our promo today. Offer it with every guest order. Updated signage is on the POS screen. 3. Order screens, kitchen display systems, KDS. These tools replace printed tickets and provide a live visual queue of orders for the kitchen and expediter. They help reduce miscommunication and ensure priority orders are seen immediately. Use cases: showing special requests or modifications, e.g. no honey allergy, flagging rush or on-the-fly items, tracking time elapsed on each ticket, allowing kitchen staff to mark items as in progress or ready. Best practices: ensure team members are trained to read and interpret digital orders clearly. Set screen priorities so rush items and modified orders are easily visible. Review the screen regularly during rush periods to avoid backlog. Example: a KDS ticket reads, Order Mer 384, vegan Caesar wrap, no croutons. Add Tempeh Expo checks it off once the wrap is ready for handoff, ensuring seamless communication with the runner. 4. Digital task boards, Trello, Google Sheets, Odoo, or POS integrated tools. Task boards help organize responsibilities, track progress, and clarify who is doing what. These are especially useful for shift leads and managers. Use cases: prepping ingredient lists and assigning tasks before the shift, keeping track of what's completed during closing or opening routines, assigning follow-up tasks after a team debrief, providing visibility on weekly goals or training progress. Best practices: update boards in real time. Don't let them become outdated. Make tasks specific and time-bound, e.g. restock quinoa by 11:30. Assign tasks to names, not just roles, for clear accountability. Example: digital task board during morning prep. Cut mango assigned to Leo. Refill smoothie base assigned to Sam. Check oat milk stock assigned to shift lead. 5. Tips for integrating digital tools smoothly. Train the team on how to use each tool. Don't assume familiarity. Combine digital with verbal check-ins to reinforce clarity. Use tools consistently across all shifts so expectations are the same. Keep communication visual and simple, especially during service hours. Monitor tool use and refine as needed. Remove unused boards, improve workflows. 6. Mistakes to avoid. Relying too heavily on digital tools without human confirmation. Allowing task boards to go unchecked or forgotten during busy hours. Overloading group chats with non-essential updates, not providing training or context for new systems. Conclusion: integrating digital tools like messaging apps, order screens, and task boards into Plantie's daily workflow strengthens communication, improves team coordination, and reduces unnecessary stress during service. When paired with clear expectations and human connection, these tools become powerful extensions of leadership, making it easier for every team member to stay informed, on task, and focused on delivering exceptional guest experiences. 6.2. The Agile Approach: How QSR Leaders Can Adapt Communication for Efficiency. The Agile approach, rooted in flexibility, responsiveness, and continuous improvement, offers valuable principles for quick service restaurant QSR leadership, especially in a fast-moving environment like Plantie's. Agile communication is about adapting quickly to change, removing roadblocks in real time, and empowering team members with clear direction as service conditions shift. Instead of rigid one-way messaging, Agile leaders observe, adjust, and respond dynamically, ensuring that communication remains relevant, focused, and efficient throughout each shift. What Agile communication looks like in a QSR: short, clear check-ins throughout the shift instead of one-time instructions. Prioritizing information based on what's happening right now. Adjusting expectations quickly when volume spikes or staffing changes. Encouraging team input and fast feedback loops. Making small real-time course corrections rather than waiting for full debriefs. Agile leadership focuses on what's working, what's not, and what needs to happen next without delay. 2. Key Agile communication practices for leaders at Plantie. Prioritize the essential information first. During busy service, avoid long explanations. Communicate the 1 or 2 most critical priorities for the next 15 to 30 minutes. Example: right now, smoothies are backed up. Focus only on cold drinks for the next 5 tickets. B. Shift direction, quickly when needed. If a process is slowing things down or a team member needs help, reassign roles or adjust the workflow on the spot. Example: Tina, switch to running orders. Leo, take over smoothie station for the next 10 minutes. C. Use brief, structured check-ins mid-shift. Ask, what's slowing us down, or what do we need more of right now? These quick moments help identify blockers and empower the team to reset quickly. D. Encourage team awareness and feedback. Build habits of shared ownership with prompts like, what's the next priority? Or, what station needs the most support? Treat feedback as a two-way tool for real-time improvement. 3. How Agile communication boosts efficiency, reduces wasted motion and delays by focusing team attention on immediate needs, prevents minor issues from escalating into larger problems, builds trust because the team sees that leadership is present and responsive, keeps energy and morale higher during peak hours by minimizing confusion and frustration. 4. Training the team to think and communicate Agile. Teach team members to flag problems early rather than waiting. Reinforce short, specific verbal updates. 2 smoothies in progress. Need avocado. Use quick huddles, 30 seconds every hour to regroup. What's working? What do we need to change right now? Train shift leaders to read the floor and adjust roles, priorities, or focus without waiting for permission. Conclusion. Applying the Agile approach to communication helps QSR leaders at Plantie stay flexible, responsive, and efficient in a constantly shifting environment. By communicating in short cycles, prioritizing clarity over detail, and adjusting direction based on real-time feedback, leaders keep their teams aligned and productive. Agile communication isn't about being reactive. It's about being present, strategic, and ready to support the team through every shift, challenge, and guest interaction. 6.3. Balancing speed and accuracy in digital and verbal communication. In a high-volume quick-service restaurant QSR like Plantie's, leaders must strike a careful balance between speed and accuracy in all forms of communication. Whether delivering instructions in person or through digital tools, the challenge is to keep service moving quickly without sacrificing clarity, quality, or guest satisfaction. When communication is rushed, details get missed. When it's too slow or over-explained, workflow stalls. The key is learning how to deliver concise, specific, and repeatable messages that drive action while minimizing confusion. 1. Why balance matters in a QSR setting. Too much speed without clarity leads to repeated mistakes, remakes, and wasted time. Too much detail without speed causes slowdowns, missed opportunities, and frustration during service. Teams that understand how to balance both can adapt better, stay efficient, and maintain consistency, even in peak periods. 2. Best practices for verbal communication under pressure. A. Keep it short and action-oriented. Use command-based phrasing. Wrap station, 3 avocado wraps now. Leo, check smoothie stock and report back in 2 minutes. B. Confirm the message quickly. Train team members to repeat back critical points. 1 almond milk smoothie, no banana. Got it. C. Use keywords and consistent language. Create verbal shortcuts that the team understands. Allergy alert, on the fly, 86 oat milk, etc. This reduces time spent explaining and ensures universal understanding. 3. Best practices for digital communication tools. A. Use order screens, KDS, to communicate clearly. Ensure that modifiers and special instructions are highlighted and easy to read. Avoid overloading digital tickets with non-essential notes. B. Maintain updated task boards or checklists. Keep boards focused on what needs to happen now. Prioritize visibility. If a task is buried or outdated, it won't get done. C. Combine digital with verbal confirmation. Don't rely on screens alone. Follow up key orders or changes verbally. That gluten-free order on screen 3, confirm when it's ready. 4. Teaching the team to balance speed and accuracy. Train for urgency without panic. Fast doesn't mean rushed. It means focused and intentional. Use daily drills. Call out a complicated order and have team members practice repeating it back and executing quickly. Encourage self-checks. What's the most important detail in this ticket? Reward both accuracy and speed, not just one or the other. 5. Common mistakes to avoid. Assuming digital instructions are understood without follow-up. Talking too fast or too softly in a noisy kitchen. Not confirming allergy requests or substitutions out loud. Writing unclear or inconsistent instructions in digital tools. Conclusion. Balancing speed and accuracy in communication is essential to maintaining both service efficiency and guest satisfaction at Plantie's. Leaders must train their teams to deliver clear, focused messages quickly, whether through screens, spoken word, or written instructions. By combining short, consistent language with quick confirmation habits, teams can move fast without losing precision, ensuring smooth operations, fewer errors, and a better overall service experience. 6.4. Establishing a communication rhythm. Daily huddles and end-of-shift recaps. Creating a consistent communication rhythm through daily huddles and end-of-shift recaps helps teams at Plantie stay aligned, focused, and accountable throughout the day. These structured check-ins build momentum before service begins and provide space to reflect and reset after each shift. In a fast-paced QSR environment where priorities shift quickly and small issues can escalate without notice, regular communication touchpoints ensure that everyone starts and ends their shift with clarity, awareness, and a sense of shared purpose. 1. Why a communication rhythm matters in QSR operations. Prevents misalignment across shifts and roles, reduces repeated mistakes by addressing issues in real time, improves team connection and builds a habit of sharing feedback. Strengthens consistency, especially for guest service and food quality, boosts morale by recognizing wins and learning from challenges. A communication rhythm brings structure to the day without slowing it down. 2. Daily huddles. Start of shift briefings. Daily huddles should be brief, energetic, and focused, lasting no more than 5 minutes. They're used to align the team on key focus for the day, e.g., upselling a featured item, improving order speed, station assignments and role clarity, product or inventory updates, anticipated rush periods or known issues, quick motivational message or guest service reminder. Best practices use the same structure every day to build rhythm. Greet, priorities, updates, assignments, quick engagement. Keep it interactive. Ask one quick question like, "What's our featured smoothie today?" Maintain eye contact and speak clearly to set the communication tone for the shift. 3. End-of-shift recaps. Team decompression debrief. The end-of-shift recap is an opportunity to close the loop, reflect on what worked, and identify what to improve. These don't have to be long. 2 to 4 minutes is enough, but they create a moment for feedback, learning, and recognition. Use the 3-part format. What went well? Service stayed smooth even during the 1 p.m. rush. Prep team was on point. What needs improvement? We missed 2 no-dairy orders. Let's double-check allergy tags next shift. What do we carry into tomorrow? Keep the speed we had today and focus more on confirming orders out loud. Best practices. Keep the tone solution focused and supportive. Rotate who gives the recap, shift lead, kitchen lead, or cashier lead to build leadership habits. Record keynotes or trends for team huddles or weekly reviews. 4. Building consistency across all shifts. To make communication rhythm part of the culture, use a shared briefing template so all leaders follow the same flow. Train new shift leaders to lead huddles and recaps confidently. Encourage team members to speak up during both. This keeps communication two-way. Post key points from recaps where the next shift can see them, e.g. whiteboard, digital board. 5. Common mistakes to avoid. Skipping huddles due to time pressure. Using huddles as a complaint session instead of focusing on solutions. Giving too much information at once. Keep it focused and digestible. Failing to follow up on improvement points shared during recaps. Conclusion. Establishing a steady communication rhythm through daily huddles and end-of-shift recaps helps Planties stay aligned, agile, and connected across shifts. These short but purposeful check-ins reinforce team focus, promote shared ownership, and create a culture of proactive communication. When embedded into daily operations, this rhythm turns good habits into lasting standards, improving both team performance and guest experience every day. 6.5 examples for modern communication approaches in QSR leadership. These practical, relatable scenarios are designed to help Planties leaders and teams apply modern communication tools and strategies in real time. Each example shows how to integrate digital tools, agile thinking, balanced communication, and daily rhythms to strengthen clarity, coordination, and team confidence, especially in the high-paced environment of plant-based quick service. 1. Digital messaging app update. Before shift scenario, a new smoothie special launches today. How it's used. The shift leader sends a pre-shift message in the team's WhatsApp group. Reminder, Tropical Energy Smoothie is now live. Please upsell it with every smoothie order. Promo ends Friday. Menu boards are updated. Impact, all team members get the update before arrival, reducing the need for long briefings. 2. Agile response during unexpected rush scenario. A busload of guests arrives early, and the line builds quickly. How it's handled. The shift leader reassesses in real time. Wrap stations backed up. Sam, jump from prep to wraps. Jamie, start calling out completed orders to speed up handoffs. Impact. Team adapts on the fly without confusion or delays. The communication is fast, clear, and focused on solving the immediate challenge. 3. Balancing speed and accuracy with verbal visual cues. Scenario. An order comes in with no sesame due to allergy. How it's handled. The cashier says out loud, "Allergy alert, no sesame." The kitchen confirms verbally and also flags it on the KDS screen. Impact. The verbal and digital communication reinforce each other, ensuring accuracy and safety without slowing service. 4. Real-time update on the digital task board scenario. Oat milk is running low midway through a shift. How it's handled. The shift lead updates the prep checklist on the Google Sheet or Odoo task board, tagging low on oat milk, offer almond as substitute. A verbal follow-up is given. Check the board, please mention almond milk to all smoothie guests from now on. Impact, team stays informed and aligned without needing repeated reminders. 5. Daily huddle kickoff with a digital visual aid scenario. Start of lunch rush. How it's handled. The shift leader gathers the team, opens the digital task board on a tablet or screen, and walks through the day's roles and goals. Tina's on cash, Marcus on wraps, Sarah on smoothies. Let's upsell at least 10 new energy smoothies today. Tracker is live here. Impact, everyone knows their role, target, and shift focus from the beginning. 6. End of shift recap. Using the 3-point format scenario. Wrapping up after a busy afternoon. How it's handled. Shift lead gathers the team and says, "What went well? We kept smoothie times under 4 minutes. What needs improvement? Missed 2 allergy notes. For tomorrow, let's slow down and confirm every modified order." Impact. Quick reflection improves focus for the next shift and reinforces shared responsibility. 7. Team feedback. Prompt in messaging app scenario. A team member suggests a better way to store prep toppings. How it's handled. The shift lead posts a team poll in the group chat. Do we like the new topping tray layout? Reply yes, no. Drop suggestions below. Impact, everyone's voice is heard and useful improvements are crowdsourced digitally without disrupting service flow. 8. Communication reset. After a breakdown scenario, 2 smoothie orders were sent out incorrectly. How it's handled. The shift lead calls a 60-second team huddle. We've had 2 mix-ups. Let's reset. Read every order ticket out loud, confirm before blending. Stay sharp and ask if unclear. Impact. Real-time correction avoids further errors and keeps the team focused without assigning blame. 9. Quick agile check-in during a lull. Scenario. Between rushes, the team starts to slow down and lose focus. How it's handled. The shift lead asks, "What's one thing we can clean or prep in the next 10 minutes to stay ahead?" Team members quickly name tasks and the leader assigns them on the spot. Impact, the shift keeps moving and the team stays engaged through light, focused direction. 10. Recap and motivation message. After shift ends scenario. A tough dinner shift with some high guest volume and a few mistakes. How it's handled. The shift lead sends a message after clock out. Great hustle today, team. We stayed calm during the 7 p.m. spike and recovered well after the misfires. Tomorrow, let's keep allergy checks tighter and maintain that same teamwork. Impact. The day ends with motivation and clarity, reinforcing both what went well and what needs improvement. Conclusion. These real-life examples show how modern communication tools and strategies, digital platforms, agile thinking, structured routines, and fast feedback can be used at Planties to keep service smooth, teams connected, and leaders in control. Whether it's a quick message, a task board update, or a shift huddle, each interaction becomes an opportunity to support clarity, consistency, and continuous improvement. Chapter 7. Effective communication is the foundation of exceptional guest experiences at Planties. Teams must be trained to use quick, personalized language that makes guests feel seen, even during high-volume service. Whether responding to a special request, resolving a complaint, or explaining a menu item, every interaction should be handled with clarity, calm, and confidence. Nonverbal cues like body language, tone, and facial expressions also play a vital role in reinforcing professionalism and warmth. Behind the scenes, synchronizing front-of-house, FOH, and back-of-house communication ensures that guest expectations are met without delay, mistakes, or confusion. When every message, gesture, and handoff is handled with intention, the result is service excellence built on trust, care, and precision. 7.1 Teaching teams to personalize guest interactions with quick, effective language. In a fast-paced quick-service restaurant QSR like Plantie's, great service isn't just about speed. It's about connection. Teaching teams to personalize guest interactions using brief, intentional, and welcoming language helps create a memorable experience that feels human, even when the line is long or the team is busy. Personalization doesn't mean having long conversations. It means acknowledging the guest, showing warmth, and making them feel seen, heard, and valued. 1. Why personalization matters in a QSR setting. Builds guest loyalty and return visits. Elevates Planties from a transactional experience to a human one. Sets the tone for calm, respectful communication, especially during wait times or high traffic. Increases the guest's sense of trust and care in the food, the team, and the brand. Even just a few words, used with care, can turn a rushed order into a positive interaction. 2. Training principles, what quick and personal looks like. A. Use names or visual cues when possible. If a name is on the order, thanks Alex, your smoothie will be ready in just a moment. If a guest is wearing something distinctive, hey there, with the bright green hat, thank you for waiting. B. Acknowledge and appreciate. Thanks for coming in today. Appreciate your patience. We've got your wrap coming up now. A simple acknowledgement makes the guest feel seen and respected, especially if they've been waiting. 3. Teach go-to language for fast, friendly interactions. Help the team build a set of natural, repeatable phrases that work even during rushes. Friendly openers. Welcome to Planties. Have you tried our new bowl yet? Happy to help. What can I get started for you today? Personal check-ins. How's your day going? Thanks for coming back. Good to see you again. Reassuring during waits. We're just finishing your smoothie now. It'll be out shortly. You're next up. We've got your order moving through the line. These small phrases help humanize the experience while keeping service flowing. Number 4. Practicing personalization in training. Use role play and live drills to build confidence in delivering personal interactions quickly. Example exercise. One team member plays a guest with a specific request or scenario, in a rush, on the phone, a regular guest, etc. The cashier or FOH team member practices responding with a quick, friendly, personalized greeting and closing. Debrief as a team. Was that warm and fast? What could have made it feel more personal? 5. Personalization without slowing service. It's important to teach the team that personalization doesn't mean lengthy small talk. It's about tone, focus, and presence in the moment. Ways to personalize without delay. Use tone that is upbeat and attentive. Make eye contact and smile, even briefly. Repeat back orders clearly to show you're listening. Offer a sincere thank you or a well wish at the end. Thanks for choosing Planties. Have a great afternoon. These micro moments build emotional connection without affecting speed. 6. Common mistakes to avoid. Being robotic. Repeating lines without tone or engagement makes guests feel dismissed. Ignoring guests during multitasking. If busy, at least acknowledge, "I'll be right with you." Using overly casual or scripted phrases, guests know when it's forced. Help the team make it sound natural. Conclusion. Teaching teams at Planties to personalize guest interactions with quick, effective language creates a culture where every guest feels acknowledged and valued. Through warm greetings, sincere thank yous, and friendly reassurances, even in just a few seconds, teams can deliver high-efficiency service with heart. When personal connection becomes part of the daily rhythm, it sets Planties apart and creates lasting impressions, one guest at a time. 7.2. Communicating with guests in high-volume situations. In a high-volume quick-service restaurant, QSR environment like Plantie's, the pressure to move quickly can easily overshadow the importance of guest communication. But in these peak moments, when lines are long and the energy is high, clear, calm, and proactive communication is more important than ever. Teaching the team how to communicate effectively during rushes helps manage guest expectations, reduce frustration, and maintain service quality without slowing down operations. It's about delivering fast service without sounding rushed and keeping the guest experience warm, informed, and smooth, even when the pace is intense. 1. Why it matters. During busy service prevents misunderstandings about order wait times, ingredients, or delays. Keeps guests feeling acknowledged rather than ignored, diffuses potential complaints before they escalate, builds confidence among team members under pressure, maintains Plantie standards of hospitality and care, even at full speed. 2. Key communication goals. During high volume, acknowledge every guest quickly, even if just a smile or "I'll be right with you." Set expectations clearly. Smoothies are running about 7 minutes right now. Stay positive and focused, using calm body language and an upbeat tone. Avoid panic words like "we're slammed" or "it's crazy." Choose reassuring language instead. 3. Training team language for rush situations. Equip your team with short, effective phrases that keep things moving while still delivering quality service. Welcoming and cue acknowledgement. "Thanks for waiting. We'll take your order in just a moment. Appreciate your patience. We'll get you taken care of soon." Setting clear expectations. Smoothies are taking around 6 to 8 minutes right now. We're a little backed up on wraps. Thanks for bearing with us. Maintaining calm and positivity. We've got your order in and it's moving through the line now. Thanks for your patience. It'll be worth the wait. These phrases help guests feel informed and reassured without slowing the team down. 4. Using nonverbal communication to enforce the message. When it's loud and busy, body language becomes a vital tool. Make brief eye contact and nod when acknowledging a guest in line. Use open hand gestures to guide guests toward pickup or ordering areas. Keep facial expressions warm and composed, even during rushes. Avoid rushed movements or expressions that suggest panic or frustration. 5. Assigning roles for better flow and guest communication. During peak times, assign a team member specifically to greet waiting guests and explain current wait times. Manage the handoff at the pickup counter. Keep communication flowing between FOH and BOH. This role can rotate, but having someone focused on guest updates and service flow prevents confusion and helps reduce pressure on the front line. 6. Prepping the team in advance of a rush. Use a quick pre-rush huddle to set the tone. We're expecting a wave at noon. Let's stay clear and calm, acknowledge guests, give wait times, and confirm every modified order. This prepares the team mentally and helps them communicate with intention, not reaction. 7. Common communication pitfalls during high volume. Ignoring waiting guests while focusing only on orders, using negative or rushed tone that causes tension, overpromising wait times and causing disappointment, failing to confirm allergy or special requests due to pressure. Train the team to recognize and correct these habits in real time. Conclusion. Communicating with guests during high-volume service is not about slowing down. It's about staying sharp, steady, and guest-focused under pressure. When teams at Planties use clear language, calm energy, and proactive updates, they transform busy moments into opportunities to demonstrate professionalism and care. By making guests feel seen, heard, and informed, even in the rush, the team protects the guest experience and reinforces Plantie's commitment to both speed and service excellence. 7.3. Handling guest complaints and special requests with confidence. In any quick service restaurant, QSR, guest complaints and special requests are inevitable. And at Plantie's, how the team responds can turn a challenge into a moment of connection and trust. Confident, respectful communication during these moments reinforces professionalism and helps protect the guest experience even when something goes wrong. Teaching team members to handle complaints and special requests with calm, clarity, and care ensures that guests feel heard, respected, and supported no matter the situation. It's not just about fixing the problem, it's about making the guest feel valued in how the issue is handled. 1. Why confidence matters in complaint and request handling. Guests are more likely to remain calm when they sense the team is in control and solution-focused. Confidence helps team members stay composed under pressure, especially when emotions are high. Reduces service disruption by resolving issues quickly and professionally. Builds loyalty by showing that Plantie's team is capable, respectful, and committed to getting it right. 2. Teach the LAST, model for complaint resolution. This simple, repeatable approach gives team members a clear framework for any complaint. L. Listen. Let the guest explain without interruption. A. Apologize. Even if it wasn't your fault, acknowledge the inconvenience. S. Solve. Offer a solution quickly and clearly. T. Thank. Thank the guest for bringing it to your attention. Example. Guest, I asked for no sesame and it's in my salad. Team member, I'm really sorry about that. Let me remake it right away and I'll make sure it's completely sesame-free. Thank you for letting us fix that. 3. Confident responses to common situations. Missing or incorrect item. Let me take care of that for you right away. I'll check with the kitchen and get it out as fast as possible. Long wait time. I understand it's taking longer than expected. We're making everything fresh and I appreciate your patience. I'll check the status right now. Special dietary request or allergy. Thanks for letting us know. I'll mark this as an allergy and confirm with the kitchen to make sure it's handled carefully. These responses are short, respectful, and focused on action without panic or blame. 4. Supporting the team to handle requests with confidence. Teach team members what substitutions are available and how to explain them clearly. Role-play common scenarios, e.g., gluten-free request, guest dislikes ingredient, items sold out. Provide clear guidelines for what can be kinked, remade, or adjusted on the spot. Reinforce that it's okay to say, let me ask my shift lead and get right back to you. Confidence comes from preparation and knowing the boundaries of what they can say or do. 5. Create a calm, solution-focused culture. Coach the team to stay neutral and present, not defensive. Remind them that the goal isn't to win an argument, it's to make the guest feel heard and supported. After a complaint, encourage a quick team check-in. What happened and how can we avoid that next time? Celebrate team members who resolve issues gracefully. 6. Handling special requests without hesitation. When a guest makes a unique request, like adjusting ingredients or portion sizes, the response should be positive and clear. We can definitely do that. Just give me a moment to confirm with the kitchen. Absolutely, we can sub almond for oat milk. Let me double check we can prepare that without sesame and I'll confirm right away. Avoid vague or unsure language like, I think we can. Replace it with confident action or a clear check-in with a leader. 7. Common mistakes to avoid responding defensively. That's not what you said. Minimizing the issue. It's just a little delay. Blaming another team member or the system. That wasn't my job. Leaving a guest without a clear resolution or update. Train the team to avoid these habits and stay focused on resolution and reassurance. Conclusion. Handling guest complaints and special requests with confidence is about more than fixing mistakes. It's about protecting the guest experience and upholding Plantie's service standards under pressure. By teaching the team to stay calm, communicate clearly, and focus on solutions, leaders empower every team member to handle these situations with professionalism and care. Confident communication builds trust, and when guests feel respected and taken care of, they remember not the mistake, but how well it was handled. 7.4 Nonverbal communication, body language, tone, and facial expressions. In a quick service restaurant, QSR like Plantie's, nonverbal communication often speaks louder than words. How team members stand, move, speak, and look at guests plays a critical role in shaping the guest experience, especially when things get busy. A warm smile, calm tone, and confident body language can turn even a rushed interaction into a positive, welcoming moment. Training the team to be mindful of their body language, tone, and facial expressions ensures consistency in hospitality, reinforces professionalism, and builds guest trust without adding time to service. Why nonverbal communication is essential in QSR service. Guests notice how they're treated emotionally, not just verbally. Nonverbal cues either support or contradict what is being said. In noisy or fast-moving environments, tone and body language often carry the message more than words. Calm, present body language helps reduce guest anxiety and improve team coordination. 2. Body language, the silent messenger. What the body says is just as important as what comes out of the mouth. Positive body language examples. Standing upright equals confidence and readiness. Facing the guest, full attention. Open posture, not crossing arms or turning away, equals approachability. Purposeful movement equals professionalism and control. Body language to avoid slouching or leaning on the counter, looking away while the guest is speaking, fidgeting, or abrupt movements that suggest stress or impatience. Training tip: use mirrors or video practice during training sessions to help team members become aware of their default body language. 3. Tone. How something is said matters. Tone communicates emotion, urgency, and intention. A helpful sentence in the wrong tone can sound rude or dismissive. Positive tones: warm, upbeat, and calm, even when busy. Neutral but clear when correcting or clarifying. Friendly but firm when reinforcing policies. Practice phrases in the right tone. We'll take care of that right away. Calm and confident. Thanks so much for waiting. We appreciate your patience. Warm and genuine. Let me double check that with the kitchen for you. Helpful and professional. Training tip: practice delivering the same sentence in 3 tones, flat, frustrated, warm, to build self-awareness. 4. Facial expressions. Micro moments with big impact. A guest can tell in seconds whether a team member is engaged, distracted, or frustrated just by looking at their face. What to encourage: smiling even slightly when greeting or saying thank you, raised eyebrows or nodding to show active listening, soft eyes and relaxed features, especially when handling concerns. What to watch for: blank expressions that come off as disinterest, eye rolls, sighs, or furrowed brows during complaints, smiling at the wrong moment, e.g. while rejecting a request. Training tip: use guest interaction role play with mirrors or partner feedback to improve expression control. 5. Reinforcing positive nonverbal habits on the floor. Leaders should model and reinforce nonverbal communication throughout every shift. Recognize team members who maintain calm and clear body language during rushes. Offer real-time coaching when tone slips. Try that again with a slower, more relaxed tone. Build awareness during recaps. What did your face or posture say during that guest interaction? Consistency in nonverbal communication builds trust not only with guests but among the team as well. 6. Common pitfalls and corrections. Saying polite words but using a sarcastic tone. Practice neutral, supportive delivery, facing the screen instead of the guest. Always turn your body when acknowledging a person. Over-smiling during conflict. Stay calm and respectful, not performative. The key is authentic, aligned behavior. What you say and how you say it should always match. Conclusion: nonverbal communication is a powerful part of delivering service excellence at Plantie's. Body language, tone, and facial expressions silently communicate care and professionalism, or the lack of it. By training the team to stay aware of how they carry themselves, speak, and present their emotions, leaders ensure that every guest interaction, whether a greeting, a handoff, or a recovery, is delivered with presence and intention. Great service isn't just what you say, it's how you make people feel, and that often starts before a single word is spoken. 7.5. Synchronizing FOH and BOH communication for seamless service. In a quick-service restaurant QSR like Plantie's, the connection between front-of-house and back-of-house BOH teams directly impacts speed, accuracy, and guest satisfaction. When communication between these two areas is aligned and intentional, service flows smoothly. But when it breaks down, even slightly, it leads to delays, incorrect orders, frustrated guests, and team tension. Teaching FOH and BOH teams to communicate clearly, confirm frequently, and use shared tools and language ensures that everyone is working toward the same goal, getting the right order to the right guest, quickly and with care. 1. Why FOH-BOH communication is critical, prevents errors in modified or allergy-sensitive orders. speeds up service during high-volume periods by reducing back and forth, reduces rework, food waste, and guest complaints, builds respect and collaboration between departments, improving team morale, ensures that guest-facing promises can be met in the kitchen without surprises. FOH and BOH aren't separate. They're two parts of the same guest experience. 2. Common gaps in FOH-BOH communication. FOH forgets to highlight allergy or modification requests. BOH starts orders before special instructions are clarified. Verbal instructions are given but not confirmed. Digital tickets are unclear, incomplete, or overlooked. Tension arises from unclear roles or assumptions about who's responsible. Training and systems must close these gaps with consistent processes and shared accountability. 3. Key strategies for synchronization. A. Confirm modifications. Verbally and visually, FOH team must highlight any special requests when handing over the order. BOH team must repeat back key modifications before preparing. Example, no honey, extra kale, almond milk, confirmed. B. Use the same language across both teams. Standardize how certain modifications or alerts are communicated. Allergy alert, rush, 86 item, double protein, etc. Avoid mixed terminology that causes confusion. C. Clarify order priorities in real time. FOH alerts BOH to high priority or VIP guests. Smoothie for delivery driver needs to go out in 3 minutes. BOH responds with timing updates. Ready in 2. Hand it off directly. D. Keep shared tools up to date. Order screens, POS systems, and printed tickets must be consistently used. Checklists and prep boards should reflect current menu changes, stock levels, or adjustments. Notes about unavailable items must be updated promptly and relayed to FOH4. Training FOH and BOH to think as one team. Cross-train team members to understand each other's responsibilities and pressures. Use pre-shift huddles to align both teams on the day's goals, issues, and updates. We're low on tofu. Let FOH know to suggest another protein. Create hand signals or quick verbal codes for common messages, e.g. prep needs 2 more orders ahead or kale's down. Sub-spinach. Involve both teams in end-of-shift recaps to reflect on flow and coordination. 5. Communication at the handoff point, expo station. Train the expo or shift lead to double-check every order before handoff. Encourage them to pause and clarify if something looks off. Use a verbal confirmation system. Wrap, no dressing, gluten-free confirmed? Yes. Wrap ready for pickup. Expo acts as the bridge between FOH and BO. Ensure they are empowered, respected, and supported. 6. Common pitfalls to avoid. FOH assumes the screen or ticket says enough and doesn't communicate further. BOH ignores unusual requests due to unclear formatting or lack of time. No follow-up or feedback loop when mistakes happen. Team members avoid asking questions for fear of sounding slow. Communication turns reactive instead of proactive. Fixing these issues is less about speed and more about intentional habits. Conclusion. Synchronizing FOH and BOH communication transforms Plantie's operations from chaotic to coordinated. By reinforcing shared language, confirming special requests, and empowering team members to ask questions and clarify, leaders build a culture of collaboration, respect, and smooth service. When both sides of the counter are aligned, guests experience fewer mistakes, faster service, and a team that clearly works as one. Seamless communication isn't about perfection. It's about creating systems and habits that support real-time teamwork and exceptional guest care. 7.6. Real-life, hands-on, easy-to-use examples for guest communication excellence. These practical scenarios are designed to help Plantie's team bring service communication principles to life, especially in busy, real-world conditions. Each one shows how to use clear language, calm tone, and guest-centered habits to create personalized, confident, and seamless service moments, even under pressure. Personalizing a greeting. While staying fast scenario, a guest walks in during a light rush. Hi, welcome back. Did you want the green energy smoothie today or trying something new? Why it works. Friendly, personalized, and quick. Shows recognition without slowing service. 2. Handling a custom order with confidence. Scenario. A guest says, "Can I get that wrap with no garlic sauce and extra hummus?" Absolutely. So no garlic sauce, extra hummus? Got it. I'll mark that on the order and let the kitchen know. Why it works. Confirms request clearly and reassures the guest it's being handled properly. 3. Communicating wait time during a rush scenario. Line is long, guests are looking around. Team member. Thanks for your patience. Smoothies are taking around 6 to 7 minutes right now, and we'll call your name as soon as it's ready. Why it works, acknowledges the wait and sets clear expectations in a calm, friendly tone. 4. Handling a complaint about a wrong item scenario. Guest says, "This has almonds, but I asked for none." Team member, "I'm so sorry about that. Let me remake it without almonds right away, and I'll make sure it's double-checked before it goes out." Why it works, applies the LAST model. Listen, apologize, solve, thank, and stays calm and confident. 5. Nonverbal communication while multitasking scenario. You're on register and prepping drinks while guests are waiting. Team member makes eye contact with waiting guest, nods and says, "I see you. I'll be right with you in just a moment." Why it works, uses body language and tone to acknowledge the guest without breaking task flow. 6. FOH communicating an allergy to BOH scenario. Guest has a nut allergy. Cashier to kitchen. "Allergy alert, no nuts on this order, please confirm." Kitchen, confirmed, nut-free. Why it works, uses clear verbal language plus confirmation loop for guest safety. 7. Smooth handoff with guest reassurance scenario. Runner hands off order. Team member, "Here's your Thai bowl, gluten-free, no sesame as requested, enjoy." Why it works, confirms details, adds warmth, builds guest confidence at pickup. 8. Guest is upset about long wait. Guest says, "I've been waiting 15 minutes for one salad." I hear you, it's taken longer than usual, and I really appreciate your patience. Let me check your order and get it moving now. Why it works, acknowledges emotion, avoids excuses, and provides a solution. 9. Expo clarifying a modification scenario. Ticket says no avocado, but wrap has it. Expo, "Team, this says no avocado. Please confirm if this is correct before it goes out." Why it works, catches issue before handoff, reinforcing BOH FOH alignment and accountability. 10. End of shift guest reflection practice scenario. After a shift, team reflects on service. Leader, "Let's name one guest moment today that went really well. Anyone get a compliment or turn around a tough order?" Why it works, reinforces learning, team pride, and service awareness as a shared value. Conclusion. These examples are simple, real, and ready to use. They show how great service isn't about big gestures. It's about consistent communication habits, quick thinking, and small human touches. At Plantie's, these are the moments that turn a fast meal into a memorable experience, one guest at a time. Chapter 8. Strong communication doesn't happen by chance. It must be measured, refined, and supported consistently. In a quick service restaurant, QSR like Plantie's, accountability and continuous improvement in communication are essential for team growth and guest satisfaction. Leaders must learn how to evaluate communication effectiveness on the floor, identify and correct common pitfalls, and reflect on their own communication strengths and blind spots. Implementing a long-term strategy ensures that communication habits evolve as the project grows, while fostering a feedback-driven culture encourages learning, coaching, and ongoing training. When communication becomes a shared responsibility, it transforms into a core system that drives consistency, collaboration, and service excellence across every shift. 8.1 How to measure communication effectiveness in a QSR setting. In a quick service restaurant, QSR like Plantie's, communication is the invisible force that holds service, teamwork, and guest experience together. To improve it, leaders must treat communication not just as a soft skill, but as a measurable, trackable system, just like food quality, speed of service, or cleanliness. By observing behavior, tracking outcomes, and gathering feedback from both team and guests, QSR leaders can evaluate how well communication is working and where it needs to improve. Measuring effectiveness helps move communication from theory to practice, making it visible, actionable, and continuously better. 1. Why measurement matters. Helps identify patterns that imp service, missed modifications, confusion during rushes. Allows leaders to give targeted coaching rather than broad advice. Creates accountability for communication expectations. Provides data for improving systems like briefings, ticket handling, and team handoffs. Supports team development by showing what works and what needs refining. 2. Key metrics and indicators to track. A. Guest feedback and service recovery trends. Are guest complaints often related to miscommunication, e.g., wrong item, allergy ignored, unclear wait times? Are guests leaving positive comments about team helpfulness, clarity, or tone? Do issues get resolved confidently and clearly? Track. Number of communication-related guest complaints per week. Percentage of service recovery cases handled successfully on the first try. Guest satisfaction around friendliness, clarity, and professionalism. B. Internal order accuracy and handoff success. Are verbal or written instructions consistently followed by the kitchen? How often are orders delayed, returned, or remade due to unclear communication? Are team members confirming orders and requests out loud? Track. Number of food-drink remakes due to communication error. Frequency of verbal confirmations during rush. Time lost due to miscommunication between FOH and BOH. See team engagement and clarity during briefings and recaps. Are pre-shift messages received and acted on? Do team members ask questions, confirm tasks, and follow through? Is there evidence of shared understanding and alignment? Track post-briefing confirmation, e.g. team can repeat daily priority. Shift leader assessments of team clarity during high-volume periods. Participation in end-of-shift communication debriefs. 3. Observational tools leaders can use. Floor walk checklist that includes, were allergy alerts called out and confirmed? Was guest tone professional during delays or complaints? Did team members repeat back modifications or rush orders? Role-specific evaluations. Cashiers, are they confirming orders and giving clear wait time estimates? Are they responding clearly to requests or tickets with modifications? Shift leads, are they guiding huddles and coaching communication in real time? 4. Feedback from the team. Ask team members, what communication issues slowed us down today? Was anything unclear during the shift briefing? Do you feel comfortable speaking up when something is off? Gathering team input provides a fuller view of how communication is functioning from the inside out. 5. Tools to support measurement, digital checklists or shift review forms, Google Forms or weekly feedback surveys, whiteboards to log communication breakdowns and wins, communication scorecards for individual or team performance. Conclusion. Measuring communication effectiveness at Plantie means tracking more than words. It means watching for results. Through guest feedback, internal metrics, and on-the-floor observation, leaders gain the insight needed to coach, correct, and continuously improve. Communication is a system, and like any system in a QSR, it performs best when it's measured, managed, and treated as a team priority. When communication becomes visible, it becomes actionable, and that's where real growth begins. 8.2 Common Communication Pitfalls and How to Overcome Them. In a busy quick-service restaurant QSR like Plantie's, even small breakdowns in communication can cause major ripple effects: delayed orders, guest complaints, team tension, and avoidable mistakes. These challenges are often the result of habits that seem harmless in the moment: unclear instructions, assumptions, or missed confirmations. Identifying these common pitfalls and teaching the team how to recognize and correct them is essential to building a culture of clarity, accountability, and consistent service. 1. Pitfall: vague or incomplete instructions. What it looks like. Someone handle that. Just make sure it looks good. Impact: team members are unsure of what to do or who is responsible, leading to inaction or inconsistency. How to fix it. Use direct, specific language. Jordan, please refill the smoothie base and wipe down the counter by 11:30. Train leaders to give one instruction at a time, especially during busy periods. 2. Pitfall: assuming understanding without confirmation. What it looks like. A cashier calls out a modification but no one repeats it. A team member nods but doesn't actually know the next step. Impact: tasks are done incorrectly or not at all, leading to guest errors or tension between FOH and BOH. How to fix it. Train a culture of repeat back or call and confirm. No cashew, add tempeh, got it? Got it, cashew out, tempeh in. Make confirmation a habit, not an exception. Pitfall: delayed or missing guest updates. What it looks like. Guests are left waiting without information. Staff avoids eye contact when delays happen. Impact: guests feel ignored or frustrated, even if the food is on its way. How to fix it. Acknowledge every guest within 3 to 5 seconds, even if just saying, "We see you. Thanks for waiting. We're getting your order ready now." Train team members to proactively give wait time updates. 4. Pitfall: inconsistent language between FOH and BOH. What it looks like. One team member says no dairy, another says no cheese. Modifiers or allergy alerts are phrased differently, causing confusion. Impact: misunderstandings lead to reworks or unsafe orders. How to fix it. Standardize phrasing and build a shared communication vocabulary. Use consistent terms like allergy alert, 86, or on the fly. Reinforce this language in briefings and role-play drills. 5. Pitfall, poor tone or body language under stress. What it looks like: sharp or rushed tone with guests or teammates, eye-rolling, sighing, or dismissive gestures during service. Impact, lowers morale, creates tension, and weakens guest experience, even if the words are polite. How to fix it: train emotional awareness. Take a breath before responding. Your tone matters as much as the words. Use role-playing to practice composed communication under pressure. 6. Pitfall, skipping pre-shift briefings or end-of-shift recaps. What it looks like: team members are unclear on priorities, roles, or updates. Impact, misalignment leads to duplicated work, missing items, or delayed prep. How to fix it: build daily communication rhythms, morning huddles to set expectations, end-of-shift recaps to review what went well and what needs fixing. Keep both short, consistent, and two-way. 7. Pitfall, not speaking up. When something's unclear what it looks like, team members guess instead of asking. Problems are noticed but not voiced. Impact, small issues become big ones and learning opportunities are missed. How to fix it: create a safe culture for questions and feedback. If you're not sure, ask. If something feels off, say it. Reinforce this as a leadership expectation during onboarding and coaching. Conclusion: communication pitfalls at Planties aren't always obvious, but their impact is. By training the team to notice vague language, misalignment, tone issues, and missed confirmations, leaders can build habits that prevent mistakes before they happen. The fix is rarely about doing more, it's about doing things with clarity, intention, and consistency. Overcoming these common communication challenges turns the chaos of a rush into a rhythm of smooth, confident service. 8.3 Leadership Self-Assessment, Strengthening Personal Communication Skills. At Planties, strong communication starts at the top. Leaders set the tone for how the team interacts, solves problems, and delivers service. But to lead communication well, leaders must first understand and strengthen their own communication habits. A regular self-assessment helps identify blind spots, reinforce strengths, and ensure that every message, verbal, digital, or nonverbal, is aligned with the project's values. Effective communication isn't just about speaking clearly. It's about listening actively, giving feedback constructively, and adapting your tone and style to each moment and team member. 1. Why leadership self-assessment matters. Prevents blind spots from creating misalignment or tension. Builds personal accountability around tone, clarity, and responsiveness. Improves coaching and delegation skills, reinforces Plantie's leadership values, empathy, presence, trust, and growth. Sets the example for a reflective, learning-based team culture. 2. Key areas to reflect on as a leader. A. Clarity. Do I give instructions that are easy to understand and repeat? Do I use specific language rather than general requests? Am I clear about roles, timelines, and expectations? B. Consistency. Do I communicate the same way with everyone on the team? Do I follow through on what I say I'll do? Is my tone steady or does it shift under pressure? C. Listening and presence. Do I give full attention when someone is speaking to me? Do I ask clarifying questions instead of assuming I understand? Am I approachable when team members need help or clarity? D. Feedback style. Do I give timely, specific, and supportive feedback? Do I focus on solutions, not blame? Do I praise and correct in a balanced way? E. Adaptability. Can I adjust my communication style for different team members or situations? Do I stay calm and clear during service pressure or guest complaints? Am I open to feedback about how I communicate? 3. Self-check prompts for shift reflection. At the end of each shift or week, reflect using these quick prompts. What communication moment today helped the team succeed? What did I say or do that may have caused confusion or stress? Was I truly present and available when the team needed clarity? Did I model the communication habits I expect from the team? What's one way I can improve how I communicate tomorrow? 4. Tools to support communication, self-development. Daily or weekly reflection journals focused on leadership behavior. Peer or co-lead feedback check-ins. How am I doing with briefings? Short video recordings of briefings or guest interactions for self-review. Feedback forms where team members can anonymously comment on leadership communication. These tools help turn reflection into action and growth. Common leadership communication blind spots, talking more than listening, Over-explaining simple instructions, assuming team members understand without confirming, giving feedback that's vague or emotionally reactive, being inconsistent in tone or message depending on the situation. Awareness is the first step towards strengthening these areas. 6. Improving through small daily habits. Pause before responding in moments of pressure. Use one-sentence check-ins to clarify team understanding. Acknowledge questions with presence. Good catch. Thanks for bringing that up. Keep a running list of phrases or moments to improve and practice new ones each day. Improvement doesn't require perfection, just consistency and intention. Conclusion. Leaders at Planties don't just manage operations, they model how the team communicates under pressure, during change, and in service to guests. A self-assessment mindset helps leaders stay grounded, adaptable, and aligned with the core values of clarity, care, and growth. When leaders communicate with awareness and humility, they create space for the entire team to do the same, building a culture where strong, honest, and intentional communication thrives. 8.4 Implementing a long-term communication strategy for QSR growth. For a growing quick-service restaurant, QSR, like Plantie's, consistent communication isn't just a shift-by-shift necessity. It's a foundation for scaling team performance, guest experience, and operational quality. A long-term communication strategy ensures that as the team expands, roles diversify, and service volume increases, everyone stays aligned, informed, and connected to the project's core values. Building this strategy means designing systems, rhythms, and training practices that grow with the business, turning communication from a reactive tool into a proactive, leadership-driven framework for sustainable success. 1. Why a long-term strategy matters. Prevents growing pains as teams scale and new roles are added. Ensures consistency in training, service language, and team culture. Builds leadership habits that last beyond daily operations, reduces errors, turnover, and misalignment as the project expands. Creates a shared language and rhythm that supports collaboration, no matter the team size. Without a clear strategy, communication becomes fragmented, inconsistent, and reactive as growth accelerates. 2. Key pillars of a sustainable communication strategy. A. Structured daily communication routines. Daily huddles, mid-shift check-ins, and end-of-shift recaps become non-negotiable rhythms. Shift leads are trained and empowered to lead communication moments confidently and consistently. Clear templates and flow keep briefings short and focused while reinforcing service priorities. B. Defined communication channels and tools. Establish standard use of messaging apps, order screens, and task boards across all locations or shifts. Clarify what gets shared where, e.g. menu changes in WhatsApp, task updates on Odoo. Regularly audit and refresh tools to stay relevant as the team grows. C. Communication standards in onboarding and training. New team members learn communication expectations from day one, how to confirm orders, what to say to guests in key situations, when and how to escalate service or safety issues. Training includes role play and live feedback on communication behaviors. D. Leadership communication coaching managers and shift leads receive ongoing training in briefing, coaching, and de-escalation, giving feedback and managing tone, modeling presence and clarity under pressure. Leaders complete periodic self-assessments and peer reviews focused on communication skills. E. System for feedback and continuous learning. Build in time for team communication feedback loops. Encourage anonymous feedback or open forums to surface challenges. Use team reviews or debriefs to track patterns, celebrate improvements, and address issues. 3. Scaling the strategy as the team grows. As Planties expands into multiple shifts, departments, or locations, scale communication through centralized updates shared across shifts, shift summaries passed through communication logs or group chat, cross-role alignment meetings, e.g. FOH plus BOH weekly syncs. Train the trainer programs to build communication leadership in every department. Growth doesn't mean more talking, it means more intentional, clear, and consistent communication systems. 4. Avoiding pitfalls in long-term implementation. Don't rely solely on verbal updates, back them up with visual tools or written records. Avoid overloading with too many channels. Keep communication streamlined and easy to follow. Don't assume past training sticks, revisit and reinforce often. Avoid letting only one leader carry the communication load. Develop multiple communicators across the team. Conclusion. A long-term communication strategy gives Planties the structure, clarity, and leadership capacity to grow without losing connection, quality, or team cohesion. It transforms communication from a reaction to a system, ensuring that every team member knows where to get information, how to share it, and how to deliver it with presence and purpose. With the right strategy in place, communication becomes a scalable, culture-building tool that powers daily excellence and long-term growth. 8.5. Encouraging a culture of feedback, learning, and ongoing communication training. Creating a strong communication culture at Planties isn't about a one-time workshop. It's about fostering an environment where feedback, learning, and practice are part of everyday operations. In a fast-paced QSR setting, where quick decisions and team alignment are essential, building this culture ensures that communication remains fluid, respectful, and continually improving. When team members feel safe giving and receiving feedback, when leaders coach instead of correct, and when training is ongoing, not occasional, communication becomes a living system that strengthens every shift, team, and guest experience. 1. Why a feedback-driven culture matters. Makes communication challenges visible and solvable, builds trust and confidence among team members and leaders, encourages growth by rewarding effort, not just perfection, prevents recurring mistakes by surfacing gaps in understanding or systems, normalizes continuous learning instead of fear of getting it wrong. In this culture, feedback isn't about criticism, it's about clarity, connection, and progress. 2. Embedding feedback into daily operations. A. Real-time coaching moments. Correct communication slip-ups as they happen, respectfully. Let's try repeating the order back louder next time to avoid confusion. Reinforce good habits immediately. Great job confirming that allergy order out loud. B. End-of-shift communication debriefs. Ask, what was one moment of strong communication today? Where did communication fall short, and how can we improve tomorrow? Keep the tone positive and solution-focused. C. Peer-to-peer feedback prompts. Teach team members to give light, respectful nudges like, hey, I think the guest said no garlic. Can you double-check? Model receiving feedback without defensiveness. 3. Making learning ongoing and low-stress micro-trainings and drills, weekly 5-minute refreshers on communication topics, e.g. confirming allergy orders, body language awareness, role-playing during slower periods. Rotate topics to keep learning relevant and accessible. Build it into onboarding and leadership development. Include a communication mini-module for all new hires. Use regular leadership check-ins to reinforce coaching language, feedback skills, and nonverbal awareness. Encourage ask, don't assume mindsets. Remind team members it's better to ask twice than to redo or upset a guest. Leaders model this behavior daily. 4. Celebrating and recognizing communication wins. Highlight examples of great communication during shift wrap-ups or team huddles. Use communication shout-outs on team boards or in group chats. Celebrate not just speed and task completion, but how things were communicated, especially during challenges. Example, shout out to Anna for calming that frustrated guest with clear, calm updates. Great presence under pressure. 5. Avoiding common cultural barriers. Don't let hierarchy block open feedback. Team members should feel safe to speak up, regardless of role. Avoid perfectionism. Feedback should be about learning, not getting it right all the time. Prevent feedback fatigue. Keep it purposeful and timely, not constant or overwhelming. Conclusion. A culture of feedback, learning, and communication training empowers the Planties team to grow together, serve better, and support one another with trust and professionalism. It shifts communication from a task to a shared value, something every team member owns, practices, and improves. When feedback is normalized, learning is continuous, and coaching is part of the everyday rhythm. Planties becomes not just a place that serves food, but a team that communicates with care, intention, and excellence. 8.6 Examples for communication accountability and continuous improvement. These real-life scenarios and exercises are designed to help Planties leaders and team members bring the principles of communication accountability, feedback, and continuous improvement into everyday practice. They're simple, effective, and grounded in real QSR situations, ideal for shift coaching, training sessions, or team huddles. 1. Live feedback loop. During a busy shift scenario, a cashier forgets to confirm a guest's allergy request. Shift leader quietly and on the spot. Let's make sure we confirm allergy orders out loud next time. Can you repeat that last one to the kitchen now so we're aligned? Why it works. Addresses the issue respectfully in real time and reinforces the standard without shaming. 2. Post-shift communications scorecard scenario. After a shift, the team uses a quick 3-point review. Team debrief prompts. What communication went really well today? What caused confusion or delay? What's one thing we'll do differently next shift? Why it works. Encourages reflection and ownership in just 2 to 3 minutes. 3. Midweek self-assessment check-in for leaders. Scenario. A shift lead takes 5 minutes to reflect on their own communication. Self-prompts. Did I speak clearly during today's briefing? Did I coach in the moment or just correct after the fact? Was my tone steady and respectful under pressure? Why it works. Builds leadership awareness and sets a tone of self-accountability. 4. Visual feedback wall scenario. A shared board in the break room or WhatsApp group. Prompts. What's one communication habit that helped your team this week? What's something we can all do better starting tomorrow? Why it works. Creates a low-pressure, team-wide space for input and shared learning. 5. Communication. Win of the week. Recognition scenario. Each week, the team highlights one team member who communicated exceptionally well. Example. Shout out to Jay for keeping the team calm and focused during the 1 p.m. smoothie rush. Clear directions and great tone. Why it works. Reinforces positive behavior and motivates others to improve. 6. Communication breakdown replay safe practice drill. Scenario. A mistake happened, e.g. guest received the wrong wrap. In recap, the team role plays how to do it better. Let's walk through what was said, what was missed, and how we can handle that more clearly next time. Why it works. Turns a real mistake into a learning moment without blame. 7. Anonymous communication feedback form. Scenario. Leaders want honest insight on how they communicate. Weekly or monthly form. What communication from leadership helps you do your job better? What could be clearer or more helpful from your leads? Why it works. Encourages upward feedback and leader growth. 8. Fast fix drill. 2-minute correction challenge. Scenario. During downtime, the team pairs up. One gives unclear instructions. The other rephrases to make it better. Example. Original. Someone grabbed that thing by the back. Improved. Sam, can you restock the oat milk at the smoothie station now? Why it works. Sharpens clarity and makes correction a fun, skill-building challenge. 9. Service recovery tracking for communication gaps. Scenario. Guest complaints are logged at the end of each shift. The shift leader notes whether it was a product or communication issue, or both, and what was done to solve it. Why it works? Helps identify patterns in miscommunication and supports proactive retraining. 10. Peer coaching rotation scenario. Every week, a different team member is invited to give feedback on how a peer or shift lead communicates. Prompt. What's one thing does really well when giving direction or feedback? What's one suggestion for improvement? Why it works. Builds mutual respect and team-based accountability. Conclusion. These hands-on communication practices aren't about adding more pressure. They're about building confidence, alignment, and shared responsibility for growth. At Plantie's, when communication is visible, coachable, and celebrated, it becomes a powerful tool that unites the team, protects the guest experience, and strengthens every shift. Continuous improvement isn't a one-time training. It's a daily rhythm, built one conversation at a time.